Hello and welcome to the Nerd in Motion, and I have Paul's beer reviews right next to me.
Hello, 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 hello. How are we?
I'm all right, fella. Not bad.
Good.
Have a little beer.
Are you having a lager?
I am on the Crumbacker, which was in Home Bargains today.
Ooh, good choice. I am also going to start with a lager, but mine is not Kronbacher. Mine was very kindly sent to me by the guys at Kestrel, who have done a rebrand. So they've sent me their range and asked me for my thoughts, and they also sent me a really, really nice. To be fair to them, it's a really nice glass.
That is cool.
Posh little one with the Scottish flag on that. Very nice.
They've got a land speed record car as well.
They do, and I wasn't aware of this until I started speaking to the guy at Kestrel about it, and he sent me a load of pictures and links to it, and it's an absolute beast.
Yeah. I saw it at the Late Break show. Johnny Smith did a show up at Manchester, and Kestrel bought their car, and it's like an old Austin, or I want to say a Wolseley or something. It's an old car, and then it's got an Audi 5-cylinder turbo engine in it.
It's just a the shape of the front of it looks. I think off the top of my head, I haven't looked at it for a while, but it looks kind of Morgan-esque. Kind of like the look of the front of it. We see that gold color, isn't it?
Yeah, and it does like 100 and what is that? 190 mile an hour. Is that ridiculous?
It's something crazy, isn't it? Something crazy.
Yeah, and they sponsor Santa Pod Raceway as well. So,
yeah, I just thought they sent me all these beers and I need to try them. The thing is with Kestrel, the kind that puts me off is they're a little bit. Everyone thinks of Kestrel super, don't they? Like the loopy juice, the 9% lager, the sort of thing that you get in all the dodgy offies, and you see empty crushed cans all over the floor of, usually around park benches and stuff like that. But it looks like they're trying to change their image because they've done a couple of crafty ones as well.
Yeah.
They sent me a saison that they've brewed, and they sent me a whiskey barrel-aged porter that they brewed as well. And I was like, okay, well, they just said, yeah, could you try them? Let us know what you think. They sent me all the lager as well. So what I didn't realise is Kestrel actually have 3 different lagers. So that is their entry-level lager, which in itself is 0.6. Then it's a 7%, and then there's the super, the 9%. But this is the only one of the lagers that they do. They don't have glucose syrup to. I wanted to try this one, and do you know what? I've got it nice and cold. My first mouthful of it, and that's actually quite pleasant. That's actually quite decent.
Well, Kestrel's not bad. I know the strong one is like rocket fuel, but it's not the worst thing I've drunk.
Well, a few years ago, I did them all during COVID when I had very little else to do, and I was doing loads of content on the channel. I did all the park bench range. Disco, hello sir. Disco was live. I didn't realise Disco was live. John asked me to come on, and I said hello in the chat. I'm assuming Disco's either finished or.
Oh man, have we just? Do you know? This was very impromptu. I fancied it earlier. I haven't been on YouTube looking. I was playing Call of Duty, which I suck at, and then I set this up and I saw Wheel Burner Express, who is an absolute awesome guy that I follow, who's a trucker in Canada. He's live. I was like, oh no, and then I didn't know Disco was live as well.
Yeah, Disco. Are you still live? Did you want to join? Did you want to join this one?
Yeah, that would be fun. You can come on. That'd be
awesome. Join this one? But first taste of the Kestrel Premium Lager. That's a solid lager. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Look what I got in Home Bargains. I have no idea what it is.
Is it a Windbock?
Yeah.
I like a bock.
And it's made, so it's 4%, Windhoek or Hoek.
Windhoek.
Produced in Namibia?
Namibia, yeah.
Where the heck is that? That's Africa, isn't it?
Africa, yeah. Beautiful part of Africa as well.
Yeah. So it's an African beer, and it's produced there, and it says brewed using malted barley, hops, and water, and then it says brewed by choice according to the Rheinsgebot standard of 1516, which is, I think, you can only have 4 ingredients.
Yes, the water, malt, hops, yeast, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a go. So that'll be my next one.
So where'd you find that?
That was in Home Bargains, and it was. I love Home Bargains, right? For the one fact that you can get beers I've never had before,
Yeah,
and they're usually quite interesting. And I got an Argentinian lager.
of course you do.
Yeah, because that was in there as well, Quilmes, and this is brewed in Argentina. This is a what's it say there? Classica. It's got a picture of a tractor, and it says 1890. And I still, for the life of me, can't see the ABV on it. So I don't even know. Oh, there it is. No. Oh, there it is. Tiny writing. 4.9%. So we'll give that a go. That's quite cool, isn't it?
They can't be. It's South Americans. They like a good cold lager, don't they? You know, how bad can it be?
And see, this is the thing for me. I just like the fact that Home Bargain get all this random stuff in. And I found our favourite, Paul. There's some dabs in there.
Classic.
Yeah. So I saw them. I was like, oh, I've got to get those.
Just for nostalgia. Just for nostalgia. We destroyed a crate of that stuff.
Oh, he says, no, we're all good. We're done. We're finished. Oh, right. Well, that's good.
If Disco still wants a beer, does he want to jump on? Come and have a beer with us.
Come and join us. Have a beer with us, Sal.
Come join us. We'll lead you astray.
We will lead you into Thursday morning hangover.
When you belled me, you literally said that you up for it, and I was driving home from work, and I really fancied a beer by that point. Really fancied a lager in particular. That Kestrel Premium Lager is proper hitting the spot. Like I say, this wasn't planned. I was just like, Johnson's, I fancy doing a live. I haven't been on YouTube in weeks, so I thought I need to say hello at least. So yeah, excuse me, dry cough.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's I haven't done a live. I've done a few daytime lives. I did an evening one. Gosh, that was a while back. So it's been I did one. I did one a couple of weeks ago with my mate Zion Automotive. He does moves motorbikes around. But I haven't really done anything since then. But I will say, live streams, since they've done the vertical live streams, I don't get the numbers in here like I used to. And also,
what you mean, like a phone?
Yeah, where you're in vertical mode. That seems to get way more numbers. Hello, Beardy. How you doing, mate?
Hey, Brett. How are you, dude? How are you? I've got a few channel members still, people who contribute to the channel, absolute legends, and I sent a post directly to them, just saying that I apologise for the lack of content lately. Just really struggling schedule wise to kind of fit in work and YouTube at the moment, to be honest. And I just said that if I need to try and get back on the horse, and what in particular did you guys want? And they all said the same thing. It was live streams. And that's probably the most time consuming of all the things that you can do in YouTube. You know, you've got to commit a few hours to it, really. You've got to set it up, you've got to make sure you're available, and then you want to sit and have a good chat with everyone, don't you? And it's there's still demand for live streams, that's for sure. You know, I don't think it's quite hit the heights of what it was a few years ago, but I mean, luckily life's in a better place now, isn't it? You know, COVID was the height of all these things. You know, you could go and do a live stream and have a beer with everyone.
Well, this is it, isn't it?
There's still a demand for it, which is nice. So I do need to get some more live streams scheduled. So when John said you want to come on a live, I was like, yeah, let's have a go and say hello to everyone. You know,
it's got to be done. I've sent you the link, Disco, on Instagram. Yeah, it's he says he's off to. He's only got half an hour because he's doing Zoom darts.
Zoom darts.
And Beardy's doing all right. That's good. That's good.
That is good to hear.
It's good.
Brett's doing well.
It's all positive. Kobe did his taekwondo training and just got back. Me and Michael were. I'm trying to play COD again. I'm just useless. I can't. Do you know it's ruined? I think they've ruined it because like back in the day, you get the game and then you kind of grinded until you got like better guns and scopes and whatever.
Yeah.
But then you can just buy the guns that are like mental, and then like you'll fire. I mean, I had a gun. I shot like 6 bullets into something. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
And they fire one shot, you're dead. And I'm like, this is
still,
silly.
Call of Duty's not been good for years, is it? I don't think Call of Duty's been good since like the original Modern Warfare's. What are you playing? You playing Warzone?
So I find myself going back to Warzone to DMZ because I enjoy that the most out of it because it's a bit more tactical. But I paid for on CD keys. I got a code and I paid for Modern Warfare 3, and I think I paid 20 something quid for it. I'm flipping glad it wasn't any more than that because to think they charge 70 quid for that is outrageous.
Yeah, Call of Duty's not the one. I used to love Call of Duty, like the
me too.
Modern Warfare 1 and 2. I rinsed them, and what you said there was absolutely spot on. You played it and played it and played it, so you could unlock perks for your gun, and unlock perks for yourself. Like, smacking my microphone. Unlock things like running faster and moving silently and stuff like that. So you earned the right to be a better player. Yeah. Whereas now, like you say, you could just cheat. There's all these people on PCs playing it on computers that have got like cheat codes in, and you shoot at people and you hit nothing, and then they turn around and shoot you one shot and you're dead. And you're like, well, what's the point in that?
Yeah,
it's like taking the fun out of everything. There's too many bot accounts on Call of Duty. It's not been monitored properly. I tried to play Warzone a few years ago when it first came out, and it was horrific. Like to the point where I would have happily rather played Fortnite, which is at least Fortnite works. Fortnite works properly, whereas Call of Duty does not work. Yeah, it's a shame. Call of Duty used to be wicked. Ghosts, that was one of my favourites, and that game, from what I've seen on Call of Duty blogs and that, and people who talk about it, Ghosts was like wasn't a rated game, but I loved it. I played Ghosts so much. It was a great game.
I love Black Ops. Black Ops was flipping awesome. And it just, I don't know, I just feel like I find it just so irritating. And like the whole point in COD for me was that it was a military simulation, but it was arcadey.
Boots on the ground.
Yeah, I don't want to see some flipping dude with a cat head glowing orange, and then when I get shot, I like turn into sparklers. It's just stupid.
Yeah, there was one. There was a game a couple of years ago where you had like a rocket pack almost, and you jumped. Hey, it's Disco.
Hello, mate.
Greetings. Hello.
How are you, sir?
Right, dude?
I'm all right. Yeah. Thanks for extending the a link. Cheers.
I know, right, dude.
It's good to have a beer. Cheers.
I was literally saying to John, I was like, oh mate, went on. I was saying hello to Disco. I don't know if he's finished or not. And then when you came up, I was like, get him on.
Yeah, man. So we got Luke John. He says he's drunk on a school night.
It's outrageous behaviour.
And he says he prefers to eat COD instead of playing it.
I'm going to be honest. I thoroughly enjoyed a Kestrel lager. That was fine. It was cold and it was wet. It did the job.
Yeah, fair play. That's really odd. I mean, I remember you telling me about it on Friday, but yeah, you don't expect Kestrel lager to be anything else apart from those kind of gold cans.
Yeah, I've still got.
That's a nice T-shirt you got on.
It's all right, isn't
it? What year was that one? Has that one got the date on the back of it?
It's 2022. 2021, I think. The green one is 2022. I nearly bought the green one on Friday.
Yeah. We haven't done one for a couple of years. Ben was saying, "Oh, we're going to do a blue one." But the company that make them have apparently gone out of business, so he was looking for a new T-shirt provider. So,
there was no point me asking about it on Friday, was it?
Yeah, he wanted a blue one because obviously the idea is of the kind of little drop in the middle.
Yeah.
The logo, it's 4 different colours, like rainbow
Yeah.
colours. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
to make up every colour, and we kind of got stuck on blue.
Do you still honor the yellow and the green ones on the 10%?
Yeah, absolutely. If you walk in, with if you walk in with Creative Juices merch on, the idea is you still get a 10% discount. That's the plan.
I had this, but I left it in the car.
Yeah. So we have a lot of people who buy the baseball cap, so they'll come in with the baseball cap on, and you got to give them a cheeky discount. So it's
cheeky discount.
Cheeky discount. Absolutely.
I'm just going to Google. Yeah, Namibia is Southern Africa, by the way.
Namibia.
Yeah, I think they share a lot of that kind of Dutch German kind of heritage with South Africa. Like that's why I said it sounded South African, Windhoek. But yeah, Namibia is that kind of area, isn't it?
I'm going to copy Disco, and I'm going to drink this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink this one from Magic Rock. Yeah.
Nice.
So what I didn't realise is this was available in the supermarket. So this was given to me by the guy who I'm pretty sure was the finance manager of the company that own Magic Rock, 4 Pure, Big Drop. So they were at Brew London, and he was chewing my ear off. And he goes, have a can. And he gave me this, and I didn't realise what it was until we kind of buggered off and stopped chatting to me. So it was like a gin and tonic IPA, and I'm like, gin and tonic IPA. How weird does that sound? But,
it is. Yeah.
It's one of those things that could be really good, but 9 times out of 10 when they do gin and tonic stuff, flavoured stuff, it's flipping foul. So
it does smell slightly tonicky.
Oh, you got another Huddersfield one from Beer Inc. Star Beer.
Indeed, yeah, two Huddersfield beers on one night and a Huddersfield beer streamer. So yeah, I just dived in. I actually first of all got a Turning Point beer, and I realised that would be inappropriate. So I dived for this one, and it's not gone well. It's not gone well. This is a little bit out of date, I think.
That is a lively beer.
It's been sitting in my stash too long. It was a video I meant to do, and I recorded against. It was this against Unbarred Bueno Shake because I was doing the whole chocolate bar thing, and the video didn't go that well, to be fair. So I never actually put it out. I kind of canned it, but I got this one left in. But it's a great. I needed a stout. And I thought this was appropriate.
It's a great beer. Is that when it's in top condition? Star Beer is banging. But Beer Inc. have gone, but he's restarted. So Beer Inc. will be back soon.
I'd heard they'd gone hiatus, whatever that means in beer world. But yeah, so
so
how do you go on a hiatus when you're a brewery? You can't do that. How does that work?
Yeah. It depends what your contract and what you're paying and where you are, if you can afford the storage of the equipment or the rates or whatever. I don't know. I suppose if you're not brewing any beer, you're not paying out for ingredients, but you've still got all the other costs. But
that's it.
He got stuff by his landlord. That was the issue.
Yeah,
his landlord did the dirty on him, and his landlord's crackers. So Ryan basically had no choice; he had to shut it down.
Have they got a bar?
Well, they had so basically they had a little unit with the brewery and a bar, and a parking area and an outside area. They had planning. So that they could use the outside, the bar, and all that. And they had some really good do's there. It's in a really good spot, and the bar was really busy, but he couldn't open it enough because the landlord he needed change of use on it, and the landlord just freaked out and said, "Oh no, I can't have change of use on this." And because he had change of use on it, basically it meant that he was limited to the amount of times he could open. But the landlord wanted to double the rent. So he's like, well, the only way I can do that is if I get more hours to open the tap room. But he wouldn't let him change the It's no hardship. It like honestly, if you change the use of it, it just goes to the council. You speak to them. They normally okay it, and that's ours went to tribunal, and we were still allowed, but it's just that it was just the landlord being awkward because he was like, "Oh, it's going to devalue my property and all this." I was like, "Well, it's not, because if they change it and then it does really well, it's actually more useful for another business." And it doesn't change its industrial use either. It can almost be, it's still that because of your manufacturing. So it was just stupid. It was the whole thing. So I did feel sorry for Ryan.
That's why I can't have my own business, because I can't understand that conversation. Like the landlord says, I'm putting the rates up by 20%. I was like, well, what do you want? 20% of whatever you've got, or 100% of fuck all because I can't do it? Like, like where'd you go? Like, there's got to be some movement. And
I'm sure that unit's, I'm pretty sure the unit's still empty.
Yeah, so he's getting nothing now. He's getting 100% of nothing, isn't he? So
yeah, just an oddball bloke.
I've got to say, that's not bad. It's not my cup of tea, but it tastes like gin and tonic.
No way.
Yeah.
I think I said much the same. It's like it's a confusing, not confusing, but it's an interesting beer, because I don't drink gin and tonic. I cannot stand tonic water, so I don't know what gin tastes like really. But it's got that sort of botanical citrus kind of notes.
Yeah.
And I found it really dry, really dry on the back end, like that tonic water thing.
Yeah,
but it didn't taste the tonic water, fortunately. So
I'm getting absolutely that. It's really citrusy, and that dryness is reminiscent of the tonic water. That's actually quite clever. It's actually quite clever. I can't see it catching on a gin and tonic IPA. What do you want, a gin and tonic, or do you want an IPA? But it's
I've only seen about 2 other beers. Lincoln Green did a really good one called Gin and Beer It. I suppose it's Gin and Bear It.
I like that.
But I think they put they went lemon citrus, like a slice of lemon in a gin and tonic. So theirs was, I think, better. But
it works, but I'm not sure whether I want to praise Magic Rock for it or not. Do you know what I mean? It's
well, I went to Magic Rock a while back, and so I'd been in there when it was owned by Kerin, and like honestly, without blowing my own trumpet, their beer. I mean, we beat them on that competition in Leeds by like 10-1 on cask beer, and I thought,
did they try their hand at cask Magic Rock?
Oh yeah. It was dreadful. The beer was awful. And then I heard some stuff about what had happened when Kerin had taken over. And basically what they'd done to him is they'd gone in. I can spill all these secrets now because I'm not in the trade. So basically what had happened is Magic Rock always made great beer, and they had ingredients and they got the right grain, and basically the guys from Lion Kerin would come in and they say, "Oh, you're not buying that anymore because we have all of this, and this is what you're going to buy now." They're like, "Yeah, but that's not for that beer." Well, you'll have to make it for that beer. And they were just ruthless. They were like, you just have this ingredient, that ingredient, and the beer, they just wanted the cheapest cheap of whatever. And then what happened to Disco? We lost him.
He's vanished.
And then basically what happened was, after they got sold, they basically, the new guys that have got them started to go back to the old recipes and actually build the beer properly. And when I went in last time, the beer was on point. Absolutely on point. So if you ever come up again, Paul, we'll have to go to the tap room.
I would love to do that. I would love to do that. We're well overdue at Huddersfield Lash Up, so I'm well up for that. Well up for that. I thoroughly enjoyed the Magic Rock tap room. I think it's a really good space they've got there.
Shall we give this Numidian lager a go?
You got to do it.
Ever so slightly skunked.
I have to say, we got Brad Evans in the chat as well. Bradosaurus How are you?
Hey, brothers.
Bradosaurus is in. Jimmy C is in. Jimmy, how are you?
Jimmy C. He
Yeah, sorry, but I was
the
really
YouTube
interested in
page.
the Magic Rock discussion, but I clicked the wrong tab. I was clearing down tabs from earlier stream and clicked the wrong one.
You went all like serious face and then just fell off the screen. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's gone.
I was like, oh no, I've said something. He's upset.
Yeah,
John
no,
said
I'm fine. I'm fine.
about
I meant to click the YouTube tag, and I clicked the StreamYard tab. So
It's all right. Don't
I'm
worry.
back.
50. John spills the secrets about the beer industry. Makes me feel like I'm listening to 50 Shades of Ale.
Oh, well done, Bradley. Well done.
See where you went with that. I thought, is anybody else? What's he saying? He's saying, Luke, come on. None of this bull biddy lot are close to my age. Well, you know,
we're in our prime, Braggers. We're in our prime, mate. You want to watch yourself.
Yeah. And Luke John's saying Mason's Gin. It's from Yorkshire.
Yes, that's what it says here. It's a collaboration with Masons of Yorkshire.
I met the owner of Mason's Gin and his wife, and they are absolutely lovely people. Yeah, really nice. Lee is in the house.
Hello.
Luke, evening, gents. Hope you're out. Oh, yeah, we're good. I'm good anyway.
Leah, what's going on in the news? Shuffling her papers, sitting upright, like she always does when she's on camera. What's going on in the news, Leah? Lovely girl. I bet she's good fun. I like to meet her live and have a beer with her. She always come across as a nice girl. What's the other half? Is it Neil?
Neil, yeah, Neil.
Yeah, how's Neil doing? Hope he's well.
Right, here we go.
It
smells very malty. Malty. It smells like it could be like a French or German lager.
Hopefully more on the German side. Pressure's on. Oh, that's a good face.
Really bready. Very smooth. And it's not bitter at all. It's very lightly hopped. That is a really good little lager, that. Mm-hmm. There's no metallic taste in it.
That's always a bonus.
Yeah. Don't you think that's crazy that the water that in this glass is all the way from the southern part of Africa? That's insane.
That is an interesting way of looking at it, isn't it?
Especially as I just had a Home Bargains. I think Home Bargains open up in the town centre here, and I've not got around to going to them yet because I try not to buy more beer and talk about supermarket beers, especially Home Bargains. But I've been meaning to wander up to Home Bargains and pick up some beers. So that sounds like a good one to give it a go. To be fair.
So what's interesting about Home Bargains is they buy certainly the one in Huddersfield. So I don't know, I can't speak for the others. Because it depends on the manager, I think. But whoever or he or she buys some really random stuff. You'll just see stuff and you think, flipping heck, I haven't even seen that before. Which was today when an African and an Argentinian beer. The other week I went in and I got 6 Canadian moose lagers, and they were awesome. They were really good.
Oh, was it Moosehead?
Yeah, Mooseheads. I really enjoyed them.
Good lager, it's a good lager. M&S sell that, so they can't be that bad.
Yeah, and it was cheap as chips. I mean, absolutely. I think it worked out less than, I think it was like 89p a bottle.
Nice.
If you bought it in the pack, I just wish I'd bought more. But yeah, they always have some weird stuff, some American. I've had a Mexican lager from there. They've had Doppelbox in there before. They've got all sorts.
I'm just looking at Luke John's comment at the bottom. He said, the thing with Home Bargains is nothing is really a bargain. Huge flaw in the business plan.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. I think they work on the Costco theory. So you go in because you want a cheap hot dog, and then you fill your cart with random stuff you don't really need to the value of 140 quid. And
you got to look at the small print, the price after VAT.
Yeah.
And I just see that Leah and Neil got a second doggo. What dog have you got? They said they got 2 dogs now. What dogs have you got? We've got a corgi, 10-month-old corgi, and he's amazing. But everything in my house is covered in hair now.
Oh.
I am pretty much a dog. Like even my clothes, like once they're cleaned, doesn't matter. Once Chunks goes anywhere near them, they're just smothered in hair. So annoying.
Did you have to get someone with qualifications to install the dog for you, or did you do it all yourself? Like, you really corgi registered?
Yeah, you have to be corgi registered. That is bad.
Self-taught. It was great.
That's a very old builders merchants joke. That is. I worked in the builders merchants like 25 years ago.
That's a great one.
Oh,
I love it. I miss when I was a kid. My dad was a Sparky, and so like I grew up on building sites with my dad. Really, school holidays was going to work with my dad, and oh man, the humour! Like it was an education. I'm sure I heard a lot of stuff I was never meant to hear. So yeah, it was funny. Everyone's saying hello to each other. And can I just have a moment, please? Paulio Potts, how does it feel finishing below little old Aston Villa?
It feels different. It feels different, but you know what? I've got no problem with it. I've got no issues with Villa. Never have done that. My headmaster at primary school was an Aston Villa fan, and I was a fan of my headmaster. He was the one who got me in the football team way too young, because he could see talent at a young age. So I always had a lot of time for my headmaster, and he was a Villa fan. But yeah, they've had a good season, haven't they? Hell of a season. Mm-hmm. At one point, I thought you was going to go on to win the Europa League as well, but it didn't quite happen. But no, good season for Villa. It's how
talking briefly of football, Paul. I can't remember on Friday. Did we have the Wayne Rooney conversation, or did I forget to mention it?
No, I don't think we did.
Wayne Rooney, head coach Plymouth Argyle.
Is that a rumor, or is that the real deal?
Absolute fact.
Oh my God!
Signed on Friday afternoon. Yeah.
Oh wait, I did not know that.
Absolutely, yeah, it's fucking nuts. Absolutely nuts.
how have I not been made aware of that? Is that like?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Who sponsors Plymouth Argyle these days? Are you still sponsored by Ginsters?
Nah, well, Shorts, I think. Nah, the local timber company. I'm not sure who it is next season, but the chairman's got a bit of money. He's like made his money in America, but he's not minted. But I think we've got a good deal. To be fair, it's just a bit nuts.
I tell you what, that Plymouth Argyle Puma kit, the home kit with the Ginsters, that is a smart kit. Oh, I like it, mate. I like it. I think that's a smart bit of footy kit. That is. I appreciate a good football shirt. Like I've got some random football shirts just because I like the shirt.
Red. The color red shouldn't be on a Plymouth Argyle shirt because we don't do red. Now I appreciate John's got bored already, but I thought he would know who Wayne Rooney was, so that's why I mentioned it.
No, I do. I know exactly who he is. Am I that bad at getting bored? I'm not. I'm just my brain's in 20 places.
John Fiddles. He's got beer camera. He's got the beer camera.
I haven't even mentioned Huddersfield getting relegated, and do you know how gutted I am about that, John? Because that means it's even less likely of me visiting Huddersfield next season.
Well, at least the tickets will be cheap. At least the tickets will be cheap for the lads next season, John.
Mate, we went to watch a match and people left. They were leaving before the game was finished. It was that bad. They got decimated. And it was like after the second goal went in, Huddersfield Town were demoralised. They just couldn't get it together. I mean, it wasn't good football. It was a mess. I just can't get over how bad they've got. And watching them live, I was like, this is just, I just feel for Town fans. And when we were there, they must be, I'm like, how I could not pay and watch this every few weeks. No,
that's exactly what you pay to watch. That's how you get your education. That's how it works.
But you should get a few wins next season. So.
That's it. It's going to be a good season for Town next season. You watch.
Well, yeah, because they're in the blooming, I don't know, Magic Rock Pub League.
Huddersfield Town is a team that I've always wanted to go to, and it's one of the last remaining like 8 teams to tick off all of the 92 that I've ever been to, and we always managed to not be in the same league as them, or for the last 2 seasons I haven't been out to travel, and I'm absolutely gutted they got relegated.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to make that a plan. Next time I come up and see you, John, we're going to see Town play.
Yeah, it's good fun. I mean, I love it, and I've got to say, it's a good stadium. They're a great bunch of people. The fans are lovely. It's a really good family atmosphere, and that's what makes it so frustrating, because they've got everything there, and everybody gets on and loves it, and it could be so much better. But
what's it called now? Because it was called the McAlpine when they first built it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the McAlpine, then it was the Gal Farm, then I think it's John Smith's. Is it John? No, I don't know what it is now. I don't, because it was the John Smith Stadium. I honestly don't know. Shall I Google it?
I think it's the Lord's Brewing Stadium next season.
The Lord's Stadium.
Oh, I wish.
Money,
it's got Magic Rock, to be fair on them, have really supported them. Huddersfield Town football ground, football stadium.
I think it's John Smith, isn't it?
I want to go for another.
No, it still is the John Smith Stadium. Yeah.
Lagery beer.
So what's interesting is the stadium was, so when they built it, the guy who kind of put it all together is a very clever man, and what he did is he managed to get Huddersfield Council to own and contribute, and Huddersfield Council thought, yeah, this is a great idea, we're going to get in, we're going to cash in on having a stadium. But he saw the long game, which was then Huddersfield Council are responsible for the health and safety and all the things that happen there. So actually he's pulled a blinder, because they have to cough up. The stadium is in a really, really good condition, considering how old it is, because the Kirkleys have to stamp up for it.
Well, even the McAlpine, I mean, how long has that been open now? 25 years?
Oh yeah.
I remember, because it was the first, if I can remember correctly, it was the first stadium had like the curved stands, because then Bolton did it, and then obviously you've had Brighton with the Amex, they've done it. When they first built it, it was proper standout. It was a really nice little ground, you know. It's
it was definitely late 90s.
Yeah.
Because we had one in 2001, which is vaguely similar but a slightly different company, but so it must be before that.
I used to watch Brighton when they were at the Goldstone, and I was there on the last day when they'd sold the ground to the developers to make it into like a retail park, and the fans ripped the place to pieces.
Oh my God!
I remember.
I never even went there. I went to the Withdean. Withdean was mental, the old athletics track.
Yeah, I never went there. I'd moved out of the area by then.
You used to have to take binoculars so you could see like the pitch from the away end. Like,
oh, really?
Oh, it was mad, and it was so far out of town as well.
The Goldstone was awesome. It was so old-fashioned.
I just googled it. The McAlpine was opened in 1994.
Wow.
That's 30 years. 30 years of the McAlpine Stadium. That's mental.
It looks great. It still looks great.
It's 2 years before I started going football on a regular basis.
Jeez. Wow. I remember when it first started appearing on TV and that, and you're like, what a nice looking little stadium. You know, it was sort of space age.
Yeah.
The funny thing was, the previous stadium was called Leeds Road, and Leeds was like one of the biggest rivals of Huddersfield, isn't it? So.
That's right.
They've still got that area. That's the training area now.
Oh, right.
And they've got like a big memorial thing on the wall as you drive down Leeds Road. And it's got all some... I'll take a photo and post it up so you guys can see it, but it's all like paying tribute to like years gone by. It's really nicely done as well. But yeah, I mean, I don't support Huddersfield Town, right? But it's my town, and I want to see them do well.
Yeah, You should do.
Yeah, that's the way I feel.
So should Kobe and Micah. Shouldn't be City fans. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, well, Mikey's like third generation City fan, and his great granddad grew up on Moss Side next to the old ground, and his back garden they used to charge
Main road.
Yeah, used to charge people to stand in the background. Oh no, he used to charge to park their bicycles in his back garden. That's right. And they would go into the ground, and from the top window or something you could see. And I don't know. He was telling me the other day, but he is like proper old school.
Old school City.
Yeah.
Old school entrepreneur.
Yeah, well, that was his dad. But I mean, he is die-hard City. So Micah he didn't really have a choice. Kobe is a total glory hunter. He's just like, oh yeah, City are awesome. Yeah, Mike, I'm in it with you.
Why is it always the glory hunters that have to have all of that? Why can't he be more like Micah?
Oh yeah, I mean, to be fair, oh man, so my neighbour is a Man U supporter. Oh my gosh! So when they lost the other day, oh my gosh, I
thought about him. I thought about sending a horrible message, but I refrained because he's a child.
No, you shouldn't. So I knocked on the neighbour's gate and I was like, James, I was like, got anything to say to the boys? He's like, yeah. I couldn't believe, I could not believe, honestly, when I took the boys to the Turkish barbers, they're all Man City fans, and they were like, it's going to be 4-1. And then, like, everybody thought they were going to win. They got slaughtered.
Did you watch it, Disco? Did you watch the cup final?
No, did I, bollocks? I didn't give a fuck.
No, I have to watch the cup final. It's tradition.
Well, mostly because I was working on the bar slinging beers, and that was far more interesting, to be honest with you.
I was at work, but I had it on the laptop, and I was getting all the girls to do all the serving so I could watch the football, basically. And it was. I've only watched Manchester United like 2-3 times this season, and I don't know what all the fuss is about. Like, I don't know why they all want Ten Hag gone. Because every time I watch Man United play, they play really well. There's just something about my scheduling with watching Manchester United games, because I think they're a decent side when they want to be. Is obviously just not doing it enough.
I do not care for the Premier League until we get there. So
nor should you. Nor should you. It's an overhyped, overinvested mess of a league, to be honest with you. And I don't think any Premier League fan could deny it. It's a mess.
Yeah, you should get Spurs relegated next season so you can come and watch some proper football, Paul.
I'll be able to afford it then. I'll be able to afford the tickets. You know, we're not going to win it, so we might as well get relegated, make it a bit more fun at least.
White Hart Lane is one of the 92 I need with Argyle. I've actually been to a couple of games at Spurs, but I don't count that. But yeah, I'd love to go back to a game at White Hart Lane. So
it'll change your life, mate. Change your life when you get to that new stadium. It's stunning.
I only went to the old one.
I miss it. I still miss the old stadium, to be honest with you. I miss it. It was good. I'd still happily be playing in the old White Hart Lane now, to be honest with you. It was great. It was a proper stadium.
We've missed that. I've been flicking through. Leah's got a what was it called? A Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua and a Dachshund. A Dachshund.
But I misread it in my head. I scan read it, and I thought she had a chinchilla called Elvis.
Chinchilla.
Why have you got a dachshund called Delilah? You got to be careful with that Chihuahua in case he gets caught in a trap. You know, there's old Chihuahua traps.
Now, what would be cool is every time she called the dog over, it went, mm-hmm.
Who did Delilah? Was it Tom Jones that did Delilah?
Yeah.
They've got Elvis and Tom Jones, basically. You've got two. Dachshunds are quite chilled, but Chihuahuas are little bastards, aren't they?
My mate had a Chihuahua, and I love that dog. Absolutely awesome. And I just carry it around, and it's so not me. I just carry it around and stroke it. I felt like a Bond villain.
That's what you do.
Plymouth sponsored. Yeah, but with a chihuahua, it's so much more masculine. Plymouth sponsored Have You Got Wood? No wonder Rooney wanted to be in the changing room.
They were sponsored by like an old People's Home or something. Rooney would be all over that, wouldn't he? All over
I think there's a few of them down the West Country.
And then it says, I say little old Aston Villa, but you're not a big club until you win the European Cup anyway.
Yeah, not in the Forest won the European Cup as well, but no one likes them either. So come on.
Luke wants me to do an alcohol-free beer called One for the Road. That is actually quite good.
That's good. Yeah.
Interesting that Unai? Is it Unai?
Yeah, Unai Emery.
Has signed a new deal with Villa yesterday, and his role has gone from the first team coach to manager. Call him what you like. Build a statue, I say.
Build a fudger statue.
We all hate Leeds. No, you can't go around hating Leeds. Leeds.
It's true. We all do hate Leeds, but I tell you what, that away end, watching all three sides singing "Marching On Together" at Ellen Road is an absolute sight to behold.
It's one of the grounds, isn't it? Ellen Road, one of the iconic English football grounds.
I've never been, and I said we were chatting the other day because we drove past it, and I said, boys, we need to go because my mate Gaz is like a die-hard Leeds fan, and I said we need to go with Gaz and just go, just so we can experience it, because like you hear the crowd at the Huddersfield one, but it's nothing like. I don't know whether it's just my memory, but when I was watching the Seagulls, when you listen to when to watch them, it was so loud and like the shouting was so abusive, and it was just amazing. And it's much more toned down at Huddersfield. And I feel when you drive past Leeds and there's a game on, even when you're on the motorway on the M621, if you put your windows down, you can hear them cheering. That's how loud they are.
Yeah, and just singing, marching on together, all three. So the last time I went to Ellen Road, obviously in the away end, and you're about 3 seats from the home like corner because they're so packed in. And we turned around, and there was this woman there with her, like literally, he was 3 years old, and he's flicking the V's at the away end, and I'm like, I mean that was 10 years ago, so he's probably in Armley jail by now, obviously. But
he's an ultra. He's an ultra.
Yeah.
That's what you call it.
Heads in on Saturday night.
Yeah, that's what they call them dirty Leeds, isn't it?
Dirty Leeds.
But yeah, I'm like, the boys have really got me into football. Like I used to like it when I was. I'm talking a teenager when I used to go, and I was friends. Me and my mates. There was a guy called Junior McDougall and another guy called Rusty. Who was
Junior McDougall. Is that his real name? That's the best name.
And he was it was I think he was born in Texas and then lived here or something or other. But he did a lot of youth work. So he helped kids that were like heading to do bad stuff, which I was one of them, and got us into football and got us like encouraged us and stuff. And like he gave me his Puma Kings for football because I didn't have any football boots.
Great boot, classic boot.
And they were like brand new. And he was like, "Hey, you can have these." And I was like, "Wow!" And I went to school, and I went from being like, "No one cares about John and football," to like, "Holy cow, he's got a pair of Puma Kings that used to be Junior McDougall's. He gave them to him," and like he was just a really lovely man. But yeah, so I've got a lot of love for Brighton Football Club.
Did you meet him on a Scottish roundabout?
No. No, I didn't. Look at that bottle cap.
Dated cultural reference.
That's a lot.
Yeah, he was a good guy, and I once got thrown out for shouting something bad at a referee, and he managed to talk them into letting me back in. But
no, nobody gets shouted. Nobody gets thrown out for shouting at the referee. We've all done that.
I think I might have thrown something as well.
Oh, well, fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah,
referee, you got to get abused.
Yeah, they used to shout, "You're going home in a Sussex ambulance." That was one of their chants. And I remember them absolutely smashing a coach to bits as well from another team. I can't even remember who they were. I remember walking past going, "Oh my gosh, that is like bad." I was just well away from it, but I got to go as well in the like lounge after all the players came in and had a beer and whatnot. And I still to this day remember like the big mahogany doors with all the brass plates and a really fancy bar and like proper old school. I'm really glad I got to do it because like now that it doesn't exist. Although my brother-in-law took me to play football at is it the oldest club or the oldest football ground
Mansfield.
in Sheffield?
Oh, Sheffield, yeah.
Yeah.
Oldest football club, yeah.
Sheffield Football Club, yeah, the oldest football club, yeah.
So we went to watch a match in between Christmas and New Year, I think it was. It was peeing it down. It's on the side of a hill, so one side is just, there's nothing beyond, and then it's got stands on like one side, and then there's a little bit on the other side, and then we were drinking hot Bovril. It was proper old school.
I just want to acknowledge the conditioning of Cameron's canned Pilsner.
Oh, fair play, yeah.
That's rather decent. Yeah. I just looked at it, I was like, wow, I've got a lacing on my glass. Very nice. Look at that. There you go.
Pretty good. Yeah.
There is hope. There is hope.
Yeah. Luke, I brought a new telly to watch Premier League next season, but it didn't come with no loose. Recall, Brad.
No, that was right. You got that right, Brad. You got that right. My favourite chant at Brighton at the Withdean used to be, "My garden shed is bigger than this. My garden shed is bigger than this." To be fair, we used to sing it everywhere. To be fair, in League like 3 or whatever it was, but yeah,
that was brilliant.
Particularly ironic at the Withdean.
Yeah, not heard that joke before. Luke, Mark, they said that Luke and Brad are having an argument again over grammar. Disco is on form. Time for him to go to bed.
It's not, but gentlemen, I did say I got half an hour. I've been on 45 minutes taking up your time, so it is time for me to go play darts, if you don't mind.
No, I think you should stay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on and putting up with all my dodgy jokes. And it's good to see you. It's good to see you again, Paul. It's been 3 days.
Been a pleasure. Twice in a week.
Yeah, we'll see you again soon. And John, thanks very much indeed.
Hey, no worries, man. We might still be going when you get back from your dance.
Yeah, you never know. I'll pop on and have a nightcap maybe.
I'm just warming up now, so yeah, could be trouble.
You certainly smashed through them last two, Paul, pretty quick. So
they're going down quick tonight for some reason.
I'm on the stout, so the only way is up from here now. So you never know.
There you go.
Yeah, boy.
Thanks for everybody in the comments. Thank you very much indeed, gentlemen. Have a good one. Catch you later. Catch you soon.
Thanks, Disco. He's a good one, isn't he? He's a good one.
Bloke. Thoroughly nice bloke.
Right, poor Cam.
Poor Cam.
So we've got this.
Not because he's got no money. It's just this is where he pours his beer.
Yeah. Well, I've got no money either.
But you got a camera.
I would read this, but it's too small. I can't see it.
This is hola, cerveza.
But this is from Argentina. It's a 4.9. So we'll give it a little. Let's get that in the
aggressive pour. Get all that. Get all the gas out of it.
Yeah. I don't like it too gassy because then the problem is if I don't pour it like this, then all that's going to happen is I'm going to spend the next 25 minutes burping. So I know you'll all be going mad in the comments. What's that pour? Do you want to flake with it? There's a reason for it.
Oh, Liam Miles just dropped a banana emoji in the chat. Oh, shit.
Oh, there, not to go.
Let's go bananas. Go bananas.
Bananas in pajamas.
Bananas. Let's all go bananas. There's only two of us. It's not much of a party, I want to tell you.
Right. Next Saturday, I'm eating some from the northeast for a mad beer up. Is an absolute twonk, and I can't wait to lick his balls. Did spell correct that I get that all right. Sorry, Brad. Rooney can do a whole team in 15 minutes. The agility of that man.
The agility.
You forgot capital letters. Luke, damn you. Oh, dear. Looks like they're having a romantic weekend together.
Oh, yeah. June the 8th, let it be known that Brad Evans, Luke John, Trilby Phil, and apparently David Wilson are all meeting up in Birmingham.
Birmingham?
To have a lash up.
Ah, David Wilson's a ledge.
He is a lovely man. Lovely man. Gentleman.
Right. I'm going to tell you what this tastes like. Are you ready?
Do it. Ba-dink.
Well, first of all, it smells of nothing. Like nothing. It's slightly metallic. That's the only smell I get.
Which one was this one? This is the Argentinian one. Son of a Brachiosaurus. What's the verdict?
Tastes like 2p coins.
How many 2p coins have you eaten in your time? I know what you mean.
Many. It's like, if you got like a coin as a kid and you put it in your mouth, that kind of coppery, weird taste.
Yeah.
It's just not. That is, it doesn't drink like a 4.9, it drinks like a 3.
Has anyone, have you, maybe, Lidl, do a San Miguel knockoff, and it's called San Martinez?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I picked up a 4-pack the other day because I thought it'd make a good YouTube video, and I tried a can the other day, and that's what the finishing, the end taste reminded me of. Copper, metal.
Yeah.
It tasted tinny, and it was a shame.
Is pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just tastes really cheap. Really cheap. It would anything that would rescue that is a slice of lime and a barbecue.
That is literally the word. It's cheap. It's cheap.
Yeah, it's just not great.
That's where Lidl and Aldi they get caught up. You can tell they're doing these knockoff versions of beers, and they're just cutting back on the malts and hops and everything that goes into a beer to make it taste like beer, because it starts off really nicely and then ends up tasting like metal.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. I don't know why though. What is it in the brewing process that makes it taste like metal?
I actually forgot how pleasant that one is from Cameron's. That's rather nice.
I like Cameron's. They're good.
I'm biased because I'm a Motorhead fan, but that's a solid Pilsner. Quite enjoyed that. Shout out to Cameron's who sent me some cans. Thank you to them.
Good company as well. They bought a lot of beer off us over the years. You're going home in a Sussex ambulance. If you're from Birmingham, it sounds like you're going to have a great time. It's Joey from Clevelandshire. It is.
Cleveland in Ohioville.
He's a legend, isn't he?
Has anyone seen this? The new Vocation branding.
They've only just rebranded.
I know they've rebranded again.
We'll start calling them
rebranded. So they've gone back to their kind of old school with the big eye, the eyeball logo. That for me is a bit of a mess. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's unmistakably life and death, but the one I've got behind me, which is the one that this has just replaced, that for me is as good as the Vocation branding we'll ever get.
Yeah.
But that is the new Vocation life and death can.
Leah's off to bed. Good night, Leah. Enjoy the.
Leah.
Hang on a minute. Is she going to bed because of the banana?
Does it come out?
Hey, that's why she's going to bed early. John committed to 4 hours per contract.
Dude,
what contract?
Where's the link there?
Yeah, I'm trying to work it out. I don't know.
Pick up Free to the phone.
Everyone's saying goodbye to disco. Some YouTubers, every cam is a poor cam as they're freaking broke. Yeah, I'm like that. For people who don't know, Mr. Luke John Treblefield, along with a few others, i.e. Mr. Wilson, are going to meet up in Birmingham. Oh, that's a great idea. That's nice to know. Yeah, some good has come out of it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, there wasn't really a lot of bad in the scene. It was just, if you took any notice of some of it. Brad says, make Luke John pay is a straight baller. You will learn a lesson, young Bradley. Which one? I'm not quite sure of. There's lots of excitement. Brad's full name is Bradley. I thought it was Bradamus.
Bradamus.
Bradamus Pride.
Bradamus of the House Targaryen.
It's just a poor norm. I'm just a poor... Joe, now that you said that, we go to a strip club.
The club.
Can't imagine what the strip clubs in Birmingham would be like. I'll
say nothing.
Put your clothes back on. We had that song. It's a song called. I was listening to it earlier. It just makes me laugh. I'm gonna find what the song's called. Here we go. It'll be up in a second. It is called. Goodness me, my computer's slow. No, that's not the name of it. God, I'm honestly gonna have to replace this computer at some point because it is. Rodney Carrington, King of the Mountain, is the album, and it's called "Put Your Clothes Back On." It's quite funny.
Oh, I'm just laughing at a couple of comments in the chat. Oh dear.
So I'm just going to try and scooch through some of these. This is Millionaire Meetup. The only question is who won't pick up the check. Sounds like it tastes like an Argentinian invasion. So close yet. Hasn't really won the battle. It's a bad taste in the mouth. Yeah, it is very much like that. Yeah. Yeah, they've just bought a load of F-16s, haven't they, Argentina? Off
Argentina.
Yeah, they bought it off the Argentina.
Argentina.
They bought them off the Dutch.
We'll go to Argentina one day. But yeah, Brad. I'm just talking to Brad. That it's life and death, but it's a mess. I mean, the thing is, that's not cheap. A rebrand like that's not cheap. They've paid someone a considerable amount of money to do that. That for me, that's overkill, isn't it? There's way too much going on with that can. Way too much.
Yeah.
It's an odd decision.
Luke says, don't worry, that gentleman isn't coming. When I held that up, I wouldn't have said that was a can of life and death. I'm with you, Paul. It looks a mess. It looks like the new Lord's Brewing Co. branding.
Why have Lord's Brewing gone with the whole 80s angry animals thing?
I don't flipping know. I mean, I like it in many ways. Because it is uniform.
If it was on the back of a bomber jacket in 1988, it would look the bollocks. But now it just looks stupid.
I do like the new one, though, that says they brought one out for the football called Blighty. And it's a big lion. Yeah, it's got a line on it. So, yeah, it's all right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the score is. So we've got another round of investment going in. So we had a shareholders meeting the other day. So there's another round of investment going in. And then if that doesn't get it to where we want it, then it'll go in. I think we'll be putting it into receivership or whatever it is. Because it's the market and where it is at the moment is dominated by the big players, and there's just
and it always will be.
It always will be. Yeah, it's the likes of your people like Northern Monk and Kirkstall and what's the other one? Timmy Taylor's and Harvey's Brewery. People like that. They petitioned and lobbied to make it impossible for small breweries. So. That's what's happened. So, yeah, they just want, and you look in most of the places now, especially the smaller shops, So your Tesco Express or your Sainsbury's local or whatever it is, and it's dominated by 3 companies, all of them, and they look like they're from all over the world, and none of them are any further than Burton. So, yeah, that's where we got to, unfortunately. Yeah. Jaggers is there 2 next week.
Jaggers, Jackman's meeting up with them.
Good old Jaggers. Can I ask what you thought of Northern Monk calling me a knobhead? I was deeply offended. It made me laugh. It made me laugh. I thought actually it was quite. If they weren't talking about him, and they genuinely weren't, I think it was a stroke of genius on his part because he used their advertising to get eyes on him.
Oh God, yeah.
No, I mean, it was brilliant. I mean, when you think about it, that is guerrilla marketing 101. That was absolute. What a play from Simon. I thought that was blooming brilliant because I went on there on Instagram and literally people had tagged him. Oh, Real Ale Craft Beer thinks it's about him. And of course, how many people see their post? They go straight to his, they comment, they subscribe because they want to see if he says something else. That's absolute genius.
Yeah, always just got completely the wrong end of the stick, which is more funny.
Well, if that is the case, yeah, that's funny. But I haven't spoken to him. I did ring him the other day, but we missed each other. But I think it's a stroke of genius.
I haven't spoken to Simon in ages. I mean, when was the last time I actually saw Simon? Was it GBBF last year?
Yeah.
I haven't actually probably spoken to him since then either. But I watched the video
put your clothes back on.
Put your clothes back on.
That sent me into a frenzy.
I'll be right back. Gonna blow Muter.
He's gonna blow his nose and have a cheeky woo with a little toot. Angels is a good club. It's Ali D. Evening, lads. Paul's beer reviews. It's a small world. He's gone for a. Oh no, he is blowing his nose. I don't think he's feeling the best. Nice to see you, Ali D. I thought this was Jeff Boy's Carlos Conspiracy Facts Channel, Nerd. Well, yeah, we do that on a lot of the time, but like not all the time. So yeah, I've got a video I want to make, which I think is going to cause quite a bit of stir, but it also might send my channel into a deeper hole than it already is in. So, but I thought it would be quite interesting. John, are you on Luke? John, are you on the Pepsi Cherry tonight? The biggest conspiracy out there now is chickens aren't real. It's true. They're all actually.
Ali D, how are you, sir?
Laws can't afford it in a website that works. I haven't tried the website no more. So have a look. I know that they're building a new one.
It was never the best.
Oh yeah, I built that. You slag.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, we've just got a landing page now. Yeah.
Pardon me.
It doesn't. Considering I thought it was going to be a good move and there were going to be loads of good things, but it looks like since I went, it's gone more backwards than it's gone forwards. Social media is appalling at the moment. But you look at our social media and tell me when the last time there was a picture of the actual beer posted and not pump clips or just artwork. I tell these people, what's with all the freaking bocking then, bro? They said it was a hologram chickens. They weren't. It was about personalized cans. He lost subs for it though. See, I don't think he lost subs for it. You say that.
When are YouTube going to allow music to be played whilst doing live streams?
You can play it, but it's just got to be copyright free.
That's my issue. Nobody wants to listen to copyright free music. They want to listen to good music.
Some of it's good.
Nah. Not much of it. It'd be great if we could just sit here having a chat, drinking a few beers, listening to music. It'd be great. It does annoy me that YouTube are so weird about it all.
It's true.
It's not like if you're a monetized channel, you're already paying in. You know, it's like, why can't you just let us play music while we're doing it? It's not like we're not contributing.
It's not like they haven't got enough money either.
No,
and the mad bit is you can play it on a short.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I pay more taxes to the American government than Donald Trump does. So, you know.
It's true. We'll certainly pay more than Amazon.
Yeah.
Well, they're not doing any. It's funny. They're not doing any cans or bottles, but they did. I went in there the other day, spoke to Mike. He's like, "Oh, you can have some mini kegs of lager if you like." I was like, "All right." He's like, "Yeah, because we haven't sold any. We've got loads of them." I was like, "Well, why are they not on the website?" He's like, "Because they took the website down." I was like, "Honestly, it's just flipping stupid." But, yeah,
really, really rather nice. Again, Baron.
Ooh. Baron are good, aren't they?
Cheeky session. Baron are outstanding. They are outstanding.
Yes, this is what I'm up against. YouTube are going mental with shadow banning with certain words now. I'm shadow banned on most YouTube channels. I'm surprised I haven't been on this one, to be honest. It's do you know where I am? I'm banned from is Met Office. Because so one of the things I used to like to do is try and make the presenter laugh. In lockdown, they used to do live streams, and I used to put jokes in. And on one, I made the guys. There were two guys presenting, and I made them laugh, and they really struggled. And all I put was, "Oh, the sexual tension in here is palpable," and and they started laughing. And they were giggling. And then after that, I think I was banned. So I can put any comment I like, but no one can see it now. But I feel like that's a badge to wear that I got banned from the Met Office YouTube. So that's quite funny. But yeah, there's I've got any video I do on Canada that goes down the Swanee. They don't like me talking about anything to do with like cars and their plans. So like if I mention anything about what they might be doing with those cars, then it doesn't get shared. So anything like I just did one. Well, my videos again are all in the sim bin. I want to do one. I'm going to say it now because I think it's really interesting. But I'm going to do one on contrails and what I know from an engineering point of view and what the facts are surrounding that, rather than there's a lot of blurred lines there. So hopefully, not a debunking video, although it come across like that. It's more like what the facts are. So, but I'm pretty sure once I've done that video, my channel will be dust. So, Luke beats me, the teacher, Luke beats me. You're the teacher, Mr. Grammar School. I went to grammar school as well. Yeah, I went to private school. I'm on Paul and her Wise tonight. Very nice, Ali D.
I can't remember the last time I had Paul on advice. It's been a long time.
This Paul, I am nursing it. I'm on the edge of pouring it away. I am not enjoying it.
Throw it away then.
It tastes like carling.
Have something else then. You're just drinking it for the sake of drinking it.
I'll take that, Brad. Thank you very much. Luke John, Annie Messon, you've got a point. Lords without Handsome John is like Noah without the Ark.
Yeah. If it weren't for the Ark and all the animals, you'd give a monkeys about Noah.
That's true. And I've got a coffee brand now. I think I've taken all the coffee inside. Oh, I've got one here. Here we go. So we use the other camera. Shall we use the other? We'll use the other camera.
Coffee can.
Here we go. Look, we've got Noz Nectar. Oh, it smells so good.
It's a sweet roast.
Oh, sweet roast. Oh, it smells so nice. But yeah,
you got the beans. You got the beans, and
yeah. we've got turbos on it. What coffee has turbochargers on it? And I've tested this, and you stir it if you put milk in, ideally with a 10mm spanner if you can find it. And then this one, if you're a Mark II Ford Mexico fan, you'll understand the reference. But this is a Mexican bean, and it's the decaf process is using Mexican mountain water. And this also has superchargers. But this is a lovely decaf, very light, very easy going. I'm yet to try this myself, actually, in my guise. So yeah, if you want coffee, there's a link below. Well, I say a link. Go to thenerdinmotion.com and you can try out some of the coffees. And
I had a cup of the dark roast the other morning, and I very much enjoyed myself. It was a very, very good cup of coffee, and I was full on colded up as well, but I could still taste it and still smell it, which is always a sign of a good cup of coffee.
It is good.
We're flogging coffee now.
Yeah, I'm flogging coffee. I know.
We're flogging something.
I just wanted to do something. I don't know. If I felt like I wanted to offer my skills to myself. So, like, I don't know. It just didn't feel right, me not selling something that I'd been party to. So it's a local roastery to me. It's like literally 10 minutes from my house. So it supports them as well. I don't make a lot of money out of it. It's like pocket money, but it's something fun.
So, looking at the shots being fired between Brad and Luke at the moment. It's going for the mum jokes. It's going for the mum.
Don't you have to pay tax twice on your earnings through YouTube, as in US tax and UK tax? Yes, 100%.
Technically, yes. Yeah, so obviously Google are an American company, and they're the guys that pay you, and they pay you once the IRS have taken their share. And then obviously everything you make in the UK, you have to declare. Not that my channel makes enough technically to pay tax on it, but you still have to declare it. So if the channel were to continue to grow and get to the point where I make enough money to pay tax, then yes, tax would be deducted. So you can't make a penny in this country without someone knowing about it. That's just the way it is.
I think I hit the heady heights of 30 quid the other week. So that was the monthly amount was 30 quid.
But it pays for a couple of beers though, doesn't it? That's how I see it. Like every time I get a Google paycheck, I'm like, that's awesome. It just means I can go out and buy a couple of beers. You know, thank you to everyone who watches the channel and supports it and all that. And every time you click on a video, I get a bit of revenue from all the companies that see fit to advertise on my channel. You know, I don't have much say in that, but I make money off of it, and that's what keeps the channel going. So
that's it. That last bit of money that we got on the channel, I used to buy me and Kobe tickets to Shedfest and pay for the fuel down there. So it goes on. The only problem is my SD card got completely mullered, and I've lost most of the footage. So but hey ho. Luke John is worse than his missus, says Brad. Geez, that's posh. He is posh. He's very posh, is our Luke. My body is obsessed with chemtrails. Well, Joey, the thing is, right, I tried to explain this to somebody the other day. I'm going to be really quick to try and get this. If you find any footage of like an old jet, like a Boeing 707 taking off with its little jet engines, clouds of black smoke come out the back of it, and it is massively inefficient. So you only get black smoke and stuff like that if there's either unburnt particles or there is dirty fuel. So that's why you get it. Every fuel has a stoichiometric value, and which means, so you're seeing in the car, you'll have a lambda sensor. So lambda is basically 1 which is the perfect burn. Every fuel has a value of what one is. And as jet engines have got more efficient, they're closer to that burn. And you're burning something called a hydrocarbon, which is hydro, water, carbon, carbon. So the closer you get to that, the more water vapor you have. So when you see the jets going over and everyone's like, look at all those chemtrails. Well, the reason is we have like 10 times more jets in the air than we used to, and they're way more efficient. So you get loads of water vapor, so you see much more of it. That's not to say they're not doing the other stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the premise of where I'm at with it. And Joey, you'll know, you've seen aircraft, like weight is a massive thing. If you're starting to add liquids and powders and stuff, and you're hiding it on like normal jets, it just doesn't work like that because it's all about profit. It's Abby!
Okay.
Abby!
Abby!
Hi.
Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. How was Tough Mudder?
Yeah. I'm bruised still. Actually, do I look alright?
They're pretty much
Oh, it's gone now.
disappearing now.
It doesn't look like Paul's battered me.
She looked like she'd had the shit kicked out of her. It wasn't good. It wasn't a good look.
Yeah, I couldn't go out in public with short sleeves.
Climbing over obstacles and bruising her arms up in the process.
And she go, oh, it's my husband is so mean.
He hits me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He hits me.
Do you want to talk up here or do you want to go downstairs?
No, trying to eat stuff if he comes up here, won't he?
The Chonksmeister.
Chunkster.
I bet he's a tank now, isn't he?
He's a lump.
He is.
He's a unit. A unit of a dog. Little legs, but everything else is massive on him.
Luke says, I love YouTube in case they're watching. Rose says, I'm surprised Jet Price Cars hasn't been demonized yet because he hits close to the ground in most of his videos. Maybe reading from newspaper helps him with that. Yeah, I'll tell you why I think the reason why they haven't gone after him. They have in some respects with the last thing that ended up in the paper. But I think what it is, he's quite eccentric, is Jeff. And at the moment, he's easy to pass off as an eccentric. And so he's not much of a threat. And his platform, although he's over 100,000 subs, he's not massive. So in their calculations, he's maybe not as bad as they thought. But if he continues to grow, which he is, then it might be a different story. And so that's where we all have to kind of be prepared that, yeah, I think his channel probably should be 3 or 4 times the size. But so they are in some ways kind of limiting him. That's the way I think. He prefers to savor a dram. We've got to be real about copyright stuff. Most of the time, people know better. People just get drunk and like, screw YouTube and play whatever. Yeah. Do you remember when I got taken down for playing?
We did the guess the theme tune game, didn't we?
We did.
How many copyright strikes did you get that night? Was it like 72 or something ridiculous like that?
Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. I thought I'd get banned forever. Yeah, that was pretty mad. I've got another channel we could try. I've never posted anything to. We could do that. That's well under. It's well under on numbers, so we could play as much music as we like. Paul's beer reviews. Majestic wine of a good price on Paulana Wise. If there's one near you.
There is one relatively near me. And it's Majestic wine that I normally get the Paulana or Oktoberfest from because they sell it by the crate. So you take advantage.
It's a good one. I had a few beers like that on Luke's channel tonight. John thought they would be all right, but ended up tasting like 2p price. Okay, Luke. That's well bad. I'm not reading that out, you dirty dog. It's being rude. I can't help myself. I can't. Can I? Yeah, you can help yourself. That's dirty. Worth the price, but not for everyone. I used to spend more on craft beer in a fortnight in the early days of beer tube lockdown. I think everybody did. That's your one and only, Bradley. Is it coffee or is it something stronger packaged in a coffee bag? Yeah, if I could get away with it, but no, unfortunately not. Somebody said, is the Mexican one ethically sourced? And I was like, yeah, all the cartels leftovers.
Yeah, Colombia's fine.
True. Nerd Emotion, great choice of the beer. You can't beat a Kronbacher. It's one of my favourites. I love a Kronbacher.
I like Kronbacher.
It's a banger. And it's cheap.
What do you prefer, Kronbacher or Warsteiner?
Kronbacher every time. Prefer it to Warsteiner. Warsteiner is a bit yeasty.
It is yeasty. I'll give you that.
Yeah. As I was typing, it was just there, and my brain just said, go on the bad, crack on. Sorry, mate. I'll buy a sausage roll from Greg's next Saturday. It's been rude. Dirty dog. There, I want 2 sausage rolls and a pack of Yum Yums for that one. I blame John for my YouTube drinking. He was the first panel I joined. That might be true. Everyone's saying hello. Abby.
Hi, Abby. What?
I said, are you in your bikini yet? Tell you what, Luke. Look, I'll even train you to Birmingham BAP. Ali says, springtime was waking up early to some days of blue sky with contrails doing crisscrosses in the sky, hang around, and expand wider for a few hours later. It's muggy skies and rain. Yeah, yeah, but also, if you look at where you live, and if you look at, and this is something I might add in actually, because that's really, really interesting. Because I think if you fly AFR, there's like waypoints in the sky. So you have waypoints in the sky, and they're called certain names. And basically, where I live, we've got Manchester Airport behind us, and ahead of us, we've got Leeds Bradford. So there's 2, depending on which way the wind's going, is the dependency on which direction they take on which heading to land or take off. So you can get different patterns of contrails in the sky. But if you look on a flight radar, which you can download for free, and they're free, you can see exactly what paths they've done. And if you look at the sheer amount of aircraft in the air, there is absolutely loads of them. So to make commercial aircraft do contrails is actually a bit daft. Like, they couldn't really do it. You can have aircraft that are specifically made for that job, and they exist 100%. But if you check all of those aircraft, there's an app. If you don't believe me, there is an app. There's one called Flight Radar. This is currently, let me just load it up. So currently, near where I live, those are the aircraft flying around.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, and that's obviously quiet because it's night time. So if we click on an aircraft like this one flying over Lincoln, we can see where it's from. We can see a picture of the actual aircraft, and we can actually see where it's come from. So that aircraft has just flown all the way from Antalya in, I don't even know where that is. All the way down there, basically. It's just come from Turkey. And if you look and you zoom out, look how many aircraft are in the sky at the moment. So there are a lot of aircraft in the air now compared to what there used to be. And that's why you see more of those things. That's like the world map. And those are all aircraft in the air. See? So you just got to understand the only way that they could do it is to add stuff to the fuel. That is the only way. And then the pilots wouldn't know anyway. And then it's got to go through a jet engine and still last on the other side of it. As long as BAP doesn't contain rodent food, I'm good, brothers. Luke, you've never tried a Birmingham BAP. I love Luke hasn't replied yet. Frantically Googling a Birmingham BAP. Who know? I don't know what it is. They don't exist. You should know me. It's like a Wigan. What's a Wigan kebab? Isn't it like a pie inside two buns or something? Paul's got the munchies. Look at Paul's fancy chair. When did he get that? He didn't have that last time. He's really done some upgrades. It's well blown. Can hear him. He's shouting at the dog. Chunks! Chunks! Chunky! Chunks! He was on a booty call with another tuber. Wigan kebab is a steak pie and a roll. There you go. We were trying to call your dog up.
Trying to call him. Yeah, he's downstairs, and we keep the gate shut rather than him running up and downstairs all his life. He's only got little legs. You're too hard to take out on him.
They're tiny, aren't they? His legs.
Yeah, you can get him. You can get him if you want.
Does he still go to work with you, Paul?
Huh? Oh, he's coming.
Wrong way. No, this way.
Hey, Chunks, come here. Chunks, come here. Is that right? We're gonna sniff. We're gonna bite first. We're gonna eat.
Look at the size of him.
Dinky away. Let's show his dinky on camera.
Good, Willie out for the lads.
Oh, look at him.
Chunks.
Chunks.
Speak to the world. Speak to the world.
Go on, do that.
Chunky. Chunks. Chunkster. It's like, I want to have a look around.
It's like, what can I eat? What can I grab? How can I misbehave? Look at the size of him.
He's massive, isn't he? His head's bigger than yours, Paul.
He is. You're a big dog, aren't you? You're a big dog.
The world's biggest corgi.
World's biggest corgi. Got to call him.
Chunk. Look this way.
It's like no chance.
Because I ain't looking over there.
It's like, look at that bald bloke. He looks like my dad.
He's got all floppy. He's like, yeah, come on, give me cuddles, Dad. Give me cuddles. But yes, here he is. Is the size of him. Look at him. He goes on for miles. The king of the corgis, this lad. King of the corgis.
He is. He's a big boy, isn't he?
He's a big old boy. He's yawning. It must be time.
Oh, he's he look. You think of corgis and you think, oh, they might be a bit soft, but he is not. He's not. He thinks he's an absolute Rottweiler, doesn't he?
He does. If it is, he's the daddy. He thinks he owns. He thinks he rules. He's a good boy, huh? He's a good boy.
He was certainly scared of Bertie, wasn't he? Bertie was scared of him.
That was funny. That was funny. It's like that. Jonks runs this one as well. Here's my boy. Massive. He's massive. He's going to be one beginning of July.
What?
Yeah. July 10th. Is that his birthday? July 10th. He's going to be one. He's only a 1 year old already.
Oh. Well, Bertie, his pulling thing on the lead has been solved now.
Oh, really?
Yep. They just got a different type of lead that goes around his mouth. And so what happens is it actually pulls from his neck. So it's not hurting him. But it just squeezes his mouth. And because he likes to be like this all the time, if he pulls, he like, oh, and he stops. But now, when you take him off that lead, he's like, in his mind, he's still got that lead on, so he doesn't pull.
So he can't do it anymore. That's good.
No.
That's good.
Still a facial.
He is. He's just getting all the fuss right now. Getting the fuss.
Oh, look, he's like, I'm loved.
He's like, I could do this all day long.
Abs, why has your top got like weird curbs, racing curbs around the bottom? It looks like it reminds me of Bullseye, weirdly.
Because slight confession, they're Christmas pajamas, so it's like candy canes.
Oh no!
Yeah, the trousers have candy canes on them.
Oh my word!
Oh,
it's Christmas every day. It's Christmas.
It's because I like their pajamas, okay? So I go for their Christmas ones.
Oddballs, right? Jonks is trying to get down. He's like, come on, Dad. I've been stuck here for too long. There you go, have a dog.
I haven't been upstairs for ages. I need to explore.
See you later, buddy.
You're going to say goodbye without putting your dinky on, Chad. Come on.
He's like, I want to get my dog's lipstick out. Look at me.
See you later. See you later. Good lad.
Oh, come on.
Apparently, he's got a bigger one than Brad. My 100th video went up on my 400th if I hadn't deleted all those beer reviews. Dude, honestly. Ali says, Contrails don't hang around and expand. We've already seen that they are doing cloud seeding in Dubai. You don't think they are only doing it? Oh, no, I'm not saying... Hear me now. Hear me now! I'm not saying that they're not doing it. But I'm just saying it's not as widespread as you think, and I don't think it requires that many aircraft to do the very thing that you think. But yes, it does expand because it's exactly the same way as power stations work when you fire steam out, and it does widen. So yes, it does.
I heard about that cloud seeding in Dubai. They had floods, didn't they? And they were trying to blame the students at Oxford University that developed the technology, which I found hilarious. Yeah,
well, it's been around for a long, long time, but I mean, they are obsessed with trying to control the weather. And I've got to be so careful. I mean, I feel like we've already said too much, so I'm going to do the video now. But yeah, literally, when people talked about this, about Dubai and what had happened, they were shutting channels down for misinformation. So, but they have got a program there. Whether that is what caused it is up for debate. But you know, yeah, it's an interesting topic. I find it fascinating, and as a massive aviation geek as well, I know a lot about aircraft. So, and I've got friends who.
Did you know it's World Otter Day today?
Oh! Do you know when you hang out with one of them, your temperature goes up because they're much hotter than you are?
Yeah, that's it. I went to an Indian restaurant and they had chicken tarka on the menu, and I said, "What's chicken taka?" And they said, "Well, it's a bit like chicken tikka, but a bit hotter."
Hey!
It's one for the old people.
It's good.
Taka the otter. Taka the otter.
It's true.
But yeah, I've got a Windows search bar at the bottom of the screen. It's got an otter on it, and I'm like, "Why is there an otter on my Windows search bar? That doesn't make any sense." And it just said that it's International World Otter Day.
I like an otter.
I like otters.
Anyway,
They're awesome. They're ridiculously cute. Ridiculously cute.
When they're on their back and they're like floating around.
They're chilling.
Ali D says, anyway, we could debate that all night. Let's talk about cars, beers, and said, who's your football team, Ned? So it's a very complicated question, this. And Paul's yet to force me to. We've talked about this, haven't we, Paul? But basically,
I will never force a team on you, but you should support Huddersfield Town.
Yeah, so I want my town team to do well. I also have, I don't know, I like Brighton and Hove Albion because that's my team when I grew up. And then my very good friend Gaz is a Leeds fan, and we're like, Leeds is my next closest town. I'm like, now where I live, I'm like, what, 12 minutes away from Leeds. So I want them to do well, and I like lose. And then both my sons are Man City fans, and I've gone to like the Man City stuff, and I love my boys. I want their team to do well. So I don't know. It's like I'm just all over the place. Although I do like to wind them up and shout "Seagulls" all the time when I meant to shout Man City.
So Brighton, they've been a good side over the last few years, but their manager's done the off, which is a very strange one. Yeah, really? De Zerbi, highly rated coach. I can only assume that he's got wind of an offer from somewhere, that he's decided to up and leave Brighton. But it's a strange one, that very strange one.
Well, I completely cocked that up.
Hey, that's a 4.5. That one.
That one right on the carpet.
Booger. All over my microphone.
So, Paul, when you next come up, well, I need to come down to you next. But when you're next up, you can actually be in the shed now because it's got room. I mean, it's messy at the moment. There is room.
We will do a live stream from the shed after we've had a skinful at a Huddersfield Town game.
Yeah, that would be fun.
We're going to the football, and then we're going to come back and do a live stream and be drunk football hooligans on live stream.
That's true.
That's what
we're going to do. Have you got a new chair?
Kind of, yeah. I've had it a few months now, but I've not done many live streams to show it off.
It's very nice.
I like it. I went on Amazon and I was looking for the best like heavyweight lumbar supporting office chair, but like just wanted comfort and everything covered. Something that you could sit in for a few hours and not realize you're sitting in it for a few hours. And I bought one of these bad boys, and it's very, very nice.
See, I've got an incredibly expensive chair, and it is so uncomfortable that I have to have a cushion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it damages my coccyx, and then I get bad back. So if I sit in it for any length of time, but this is, for all intents and purposes, a very expensive chair. It's an orange box chair. It's got lumbar support and all that on it, and it's got all the polished aluminium base. And I have to put what looks like a pile cushion to sit on, because otherwise it absolutely smashes my back to pieces. So, yeah, rubbish it is.
That's not good.
And I keep saying I'm going to... See, what I discovered, I didn't know this, but with chairs, there's very much like certain chairs are completely the wrong chair for you. A bit like trainers. But certain trainers you just shouldn't wear because it'll do your feet in. So, like, I'm not supposed to wear Adidas because they don't have decent arches in them, where Nike do. But I look ridiculous in Nike. So I tend, they just don't suit me. They just do not suit me.
Yeah,
I'm just not sporty enough.
I'm a Nike. I'm not sporty. I mean, look at me. I mean, not anymore. I'm a Nike fan. Nike Air Max are the most comfortable pair of trainers I've ever worn.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, so basically it's the same with chairs. Some chairs are great and they work. This one, I'm already getting pain across the back of my shoulder here.
That chair is not big enough. That's how I think sometimes when it comes to things like that, you just have to use logic because you're not a little bloke. I'm a big man. I'm a big guy. And the fact is, you need big things to support big people. This chair is big. It's basically an armchair with wheels. It's cushioned. It's got springs. It rocks backwards and forwards. It was everything that I was looking for in a chair that I could sit here for a while or talk waffle. And it's very, very comfortable, but they're not cheap. And that's just how you got to look at it. You know, you're going to be a big guy. You got to sit in a big chair.
But this is an expensive chair. All the money in the world to buy one of these, and it's flipping terrible. Absolutely dreadful.
Take it back. How long have you had it?
I bought it in, what year was it? It was 2017? No, 2019. I'm on about 2019. I bought
So you've had it like 5 years.
Yeah, there's no taking it back now. But yeah, it's just not the chair for me.
Bit beyond warranty.
I think a lot of it's funny because I see the same chair quite often. If you go into Leeds, in fact, we went to Leeds, didn't we? We went to North Brewing Tap, and when you looked up at that bank, all the chairs were these chairs.
Yeah.
I went, oh, I've got the same chair as me. Like, and you all looked at me like, you absolute boring human. Which you weren't wrong.
The thing is, if you're a big boss in an office, what do they always sit on?
Big Chesterfields like the one behind me.
Yeah, just big leather chairs. That's what you got to have. You got to have a big, comfortable chair.
You've sat in that, haven't you?
Yeah, I guarantee it's more comfortable. It's better for you than the chair you're sitting on right now.
Oh, 100%.
So why aren't you sitting on that?
Well, because I'm just sitting up miles away from the computer. That's the only reason. That's quite a way back, is that? So Brad says, right, I know you'll be thankful, lads, but I've got to get my head down. Absolutely brilliant to see you, lads. Love it, each and every one of you. Guys on the panel, and chat. If I don't see you before then, I'll see you after. See you later, Bradders. Thanks for coming in, mate.
See you later, Brad, you massive bellend.
I know I know the Paul supports the toilet bowl.
The best looking toilet bowl in world football.
Was you talking about your?
It's trying to suggest that the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium looks like a toilet seat from above, which technically it does.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
It's an amazing flipping. Like, I saw somebody doing some Americans that went to watch the game, and they were blown away because they were like, "Oh, we didn't know Britain had football stadiums like this."
Mm-hmm.
It compares to an American stadium. It's amazing.
It's tricky to kind of, as a Spurs fan, when you don't win anything, that's the only thing we can kind of claim at the moment. The fact that we've got the best football stadium in the world. That's all we have at the moment. We have a beautiful stadium, but we don't have a team that's capable of winning trophies in it. But it is amazing. It is amazing. Until you get inside it, it holds over 62,000 people, but you feel like you can reach out and touch the people on the other side of the stadium. They've developed like an intimacy. It's really tight to the pitch, and that's a feat of engineering. It's very, very good.
Yeah, that's what they said. They were like, can't believe how close we are to the players. I feel like I could reach out and touch them. Yeah,
you do. Wherever you're sitting in that place, you are close to the game. It's an extraordinary stadium. It really is.
They've got a go-kart track now as well.
They do. They've got the Formula One go-kart track, which has got nothing to do with football, but it's making the club money, so whatever. But we got to do it. It looks like fun.
It does look like that. It looks super pricey.
Oh yeah, it won't be cheap. It won't be cheap.
No.
We'll
Bad
do it.
weekend. Then there's Man City and Leeds fan yet. Yeah, just a tad.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so United won the cup. Leeds lost the playoff final.
Yeah.
Madness, really. Madness.
John, did you see that import charges have exceeded DEFRA's estimates? Oh, by the way, that link you sent me, I have done a video. I just haven't released it yet. That's a really interesting story. 330 million per year. This is before new charges this year. New charge means for every 1,000 truckloads, it equals 88 million in charges. My flipping word. Well, how's that? Well, I don't know how you then make that workable. That means everything will go insane. Wow. Well, oh gosh, the next 10 years are going to be pivotal, I think, Paul, as to what happens in this country. There's all sorts going on. They're trying to pitch us into a civil war, I feel like, all the time. It's just not that they're determined to take away our freedom on every level.
I seem to be.
And then we're just literally earning money that just goes straight over to the taxpayer, over to the government as a taxpayer. And they want to reduce it. So they want people on the breadline apart from the elite. So we're all just working to pay them. That's what they want. They don't want us to. They want to give us just enough that we're content.
That's the reality. The fact that there are people that are billionaires. We have billionaires in this world, and there's no reason for anyone to be a billionaire in this world.
Yeah.
You know, people who can't support themselves, people who can't get by, people who can't pay their rent and stuff like that. When there's more than enough money to go around.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's all being controlled by a very select number, a very select few. So you can't then tell me that there's not like a controlling group of people that make sure all these things stay that way.
Oh yeah.
They don't want people to rise up.
No.
You know, the powers that be don't want people to come from nothing to be very successful. They don't want that to happen.
I've done state school and I've done private school. And what I learned is what they teach you in state school is to make you a factory worker. What they teach you in a private school is to make you like a manager director. Honestly, the difference is unreal. And when you look at the 90% of politicians, they're all private school.
Yeah. They haven't had real upbringings. They haven't had them. I will answer that question for you, Ali D, once I figure out what the name of the model is that I'm wearing lately.
I'm just going for a wee whilst you do that. Back in a second.
Or nope. I'm pretty sure they are, yeah. Nike Air Max Dawn. They're the ones. So I've got a pair of Nike Air Max Dawn I'm wearing lately. I say lately. They're like walking on pillows. You just kind of bounce your way down the street. They're awesome. Nike Air Max Dawn in the Forrest Gump colorway. So they're white with a red swoosh and a little bit of blue at the bottom. So they look just like the Forrest Gump Nike Cortex trainers that his missus buys for him. But yeah, the what was it again? Forgot the name of the model. That was the important bit. Dawn. Air Max Dawn. Whether they still make them or not, I'm not sure. But if you can find a pair, I recommend it because they are ridiculously comfortable. And you just feel like you're just bouncing down the street. They're ridiculously soft. Very, very comfortable. Air Max Dawn. Luke says import costs now 60% more. My local small Italian cheese shop is closing. An extra £145 per consignment from the EU. An extra £700 a week to get fresh products bought in. I shouldn't laugh, but imagine having a local small Italian cheese shop. How the other half live? Italian cheese shop. I didn't even know Italian cheese shops were a thing. Starmer went to private school, but said this week that that was his parents' choice and not his. Yet wants to take the choice away from others. He did well considering he went to a school he hated. Oh, politicians are full of shit. They're all full of it. I bought a pair of Stan Smiths from Adidas. Most uncomfortable trainers I bought. No idea why they're so popular. Yeah, Adidas. I got a pair of Adidas Gazelles that I wear every now and then. Like if I'm going out, like a night out, where I know I haven't got to do much walking. Just a good looking shoe, but they're not ideal for doing a lot of walking in. The trainer I wear the most is the Nike Air Force. I got a pair of those Nike Air Force, so they're full leather, full air sole unit, but they're good quality, solid, and very supporting. And I'm on my feet a lot. Lucas said Skechers. I've heard really, really good things about Skechers, but I've never owned a pair. But it does seem like it is kind of becoming the trainer of choice for older people.
That's my problem. That's my problem with buying them. I'd buy them. I put a pair on, and I'm like, oh, these are like wearing slippers. But I'm like, I cannot bring myself. But Lydia's mum's got them on.
That is the issue with Skechers. If you buy a pair of Skechers, you're admitting to yourself that you're old. That is the thing. So I'm holding off for now.
Import costs now 60% more. My local small Italian cheese shop is closing. An extra.
That made me laugh. It made me laugh that Luke has a local small Italian cheese shop.
Wow, extra
My local Italian cheese shop is struggling.
But then my argument is, I mean, that is outrageous. But also, buy local, buy from your local producers. They'll be feeling it because a lot of what we use to make stuff is imported. So, but Starmer went to private school, but said this week that it was his parents' choice and not his. Oh, really? Was it now? Yeah. Wants to take the choice away from others. He went to a school he hated. Yeah, and it just
is there an election? Is there an election coming up or something like that? Do you reckon?
Yeah, it's the main one.
It's the main one.
The maddest thing that I honestly, I just can't. I don't know. I just feel like the world's gone flipping mental. So you've got people protesting for Palestine. And then on the flip side, you've got a conservative government that is then saying that they're going to, if they get back in, they're going to make all the young people do national service. And actually, I'm not against national service. I've got friends in Greece that still do national service and it worked out well. My mate's Norwegian. He did national service and absolutely loved it. I've got people that I know that have done it and have thoroughly enjoyed it. So, but like, why didn't they say it? Just smells, it reeks of BS. Because why was this never on the table a year ago? But now, just before the election, you know that this is going to be like, yeah, we're going to do national service if we get in. And then they get in and they go, oh, I was kidding. I'm not really going to do it. Did you think I was? Oh, I had my fingers crossed behind my back and my toes.
The things that gets me is that people argue with each other over who to vote for. And it's just like, you're stupid to vote for any of them, as far as I'm concerned. Why would you argue? They're all full of it. I saw one the other day, Angela Rayner, who is she's the deputy minister of the Labour Party, something like that. She's been quite outspoken. during her political career. She's been an advocate for women's rights and all that kind of thing. You know, she's very outspoken. There was footage of her in a room surrounded by Muslim men, and she was talking about how voting for Labour would be good for Palestinians, and that they would basically sort out the conflict. They would deal with Gaza and all that kind of stuff. And people were like, "Well, hang on. What has that got to do with the UK? And two, what happened to the women's rights thing? You're in a room full of Muslim men. There wasn't a woman to be seen at this thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, do you really think Muslim men give two shits about women's rights? You know, and it's like you change the tune as soon as there's an election coming. You suddenly go back on years of, you know, what you believe in to get a pay rise. It's absolute waffle, absolute nonsense.
It's difficult.
Hypocrisy at the highest level. You know, these are the people who want your votes. Like, if nothing else, we refer back to COVID times quite a lot because it had a major impact on all of us. It was a huge thing that we all had to deal with. What did the politicians do after telling us not to go out? Don't go see your families. Don't attend your relatives' funerals and things like that. What did they do? They did the exact opposite. Why would you listen to these people? Why would you vote for them? They don't give a monkeys about you. They don't give a monkeys about me. Normal working class people, we're the scum of the earth as far as they're concerned. Why would you waste your time voting for them? They don't care. They do not care. As long as they get a pay rise, that's all they give a monkeys about. If you vote, fine. Just don't preach to anyone else about it, because as far as I'm concerned, you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time.
The only problem is, if you don't vote at this point, we're going to end up where foreign powers end up having the say in our government on the whole. And that's the issue right now.
It's already happening, though, isn't it? It's already happening.
Oh, it's already happened, like, massively. When you've got somebody like that prick, what's he called? The bloody Scottish bloke who's a Russian sympathiser, left with George Galloway. Cannot stand the guy. Like, genuinely seen him do stuff on Russian news, spreading propaganda about us that's factually 100% incorrect, and yet he is in a few towns away, and he is now the main man in control. It's a joke. It's an absolute travesty that is the case, and I think we're in a place now where we have to be careful. Where if Russia is able to install people that are ultimately traitors within our own nation, then we're in for a rough ride, and it needs good people to run as politicians. Unfortunately, that's the only way to beat this. But I think Ali D will agree, and I am with you, Paul, on this. Although I'm leaning more towards that we need to do something now. Is that I think it doesn't matter what side you vote for, because they're all controlled by one head organisation, whatever that organisation would be. I think it's the Prince of the Power of the Air, but other people would say other things. But it doesn't matter what side. The whole point in getting us to vote and divide us is so that they can conquer us, because if we were united, they'd be screwed.
Yeah.
And look at what's happened in what country was it now? They tried to, some old boy in his 70s tried to assassinate the prime minister and nearly did it. And then, anyway, so Ali D will probably say the same thing. Ali says, nice, I'll have a look. I bought a pair of Stan Smiths from Adidas, most uncomfortable trainers I bought. No idea why they're so popular. Right, so I am an absolute fiend for Adidas. I have loads of pairs of Adidas, and I bought a pair of Adidas Sambas. I've had loads of Sambas, and they destroy my knees because I'm flat-footed, destroy my knee, destroy my back. And the other day on Vinted, I bought a brand spanking new pair of suede and camo K-Swiss. They look like Timberlands. and they are by far the most comfortable trainers I have ever owned. And my daily trainers now are high-tech Silver Shadows, which are proper old school. My dad had a pair. Your dad had a pair, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
And they weren't cheap either.
Well, they were back then.
Yeah.
They were about 30 quid back in the day. Now they're about 80 quid, aren't they? Which is mental when you think about it.
Yeah. I got them cheap though in TK. But yeah, they were. Oh, that looks good, Paul. What you got there?
I have just cracked a can of the Ansbach and Hot Day London Black.
Oh, that's a classic.
Which has finally gone into can. They took them ages to get it right, according to them. I was at Ansbach and Hot Day's brewery about a year ago, and I said to them, "When are you going to release London Black in cans?" And they said, "We want to, but we're not happy with the results, so we keep kind of putting it back." And they released this about 2 months ago now in cans. This is the first time I've actually tried one from a can.
So is that nitro?
It's a nitro porter. Yeah, nitro porter. So on keg, on cask, this is a classic. This is like considered London's alternative to Guinness, right? It's that prevalent. It's that.
Yeah, I've had it. It's a great beer.
It's a lovely beer. It really
on
is.
Cask, it's a banger. Oh.
It's very smooth. Very, very smooth. Slightly sweet. I've still got more in a can. I'm going to chuck the rest of that in there because I don't think I've got the full experience there.
Might be because you're a little under the weather, though.
That is possible. I feel like when you're trying a nitro stout or porter, you do need to have 100% of your senses. It tastes a bit bland, if I'm honest, after that first mouthful.
Nitro does that. I think nitro is not the best way of having a porter.
Oh no, that's the thing. You're absolutely right. With Guinness, you kind of expect it being nitro, but at the same time, no one's going to sit there and say that Guinness Draft Stout is better than Guinness Original, are they? Not really.
No,
not really. Excuse me, disgusting.
Disgusting. That meme, I love it.
The Scottish mum.
Yeah, disgusting.
That's disgusting. I'll have to shut in the toilet. I love that. The kids like, it wasn't me, and it was one of yours. Disgusting.
Yeah, dirty. Sketches all day long, Paul.
I'm hearing. Even Harry Kane's wearing sketches, so they got to be good.
Luke Johnson says it was a very good Italian cheese shop.
I've never been to an Italian cheese shop in my life.
No, me either.
What cheese do Italians make apart from Parmesan?
Oh, there's loads. They've got cheese-wise.
Name one.
There is as creative.
Oh, mozzarella. Mozzarella's Italian.
Oh no, there's loads. So, Italian cheese. There's flipping.
Let me just Google it so I can.
Yeah, there is loads. I only know this because I was in France. Yeah, so you've got Gorgonzola, Pecorino Toscano, you see.
Gorgonzola Italian?
Yeah.
I suppose Gianfranco Zola makes sense.
He does. He loves his cheese. Taleggio, provolone, mozzarella, Asiago, Roboli, Piemonte, Parmigiano, Regano, Fontana d'Asto. There's flipping hundreds.
No laughing cow though, is there? Let's be honest. No laughing.
Well, that's it. I mean,
no dairy.
Lee. What?
No
like
dairy.
Just 2 molecules away from plastic.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that make Dairy Lee. That's an
Dairy
awful,
Lane.
awful cheese.
Luke John
history,
is a
that.
Skechers man.
The French, mate. The French. I like French cheese.
Mm.
I like French cheese.
Port Salut is my favourite.
Oh, that's Abby's favourite. Port Salut is Abby's favourite.
Oh.
See, I like a good brie. And I also like which I think is German. Don't shoot me if I got it wrong. Camzola.
Yeah, I've had
currently my favourite cheese. So it's brie, but with blue in it. So it's like a Stilton brie hybrid. Very, very tasty. Very good.
Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Who am I to disagree?
And they're good for jokes. Massive explosion at a French cheese factory. Debris everywhere.
Oh, I have a knock at the door.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Is it the Bobby? Oh, dude, what have you done to your eye? Oh dear. Come in.
I think it's my blanket.
Have you been sparring or something?
Yeah.
Come and have a look at Kobe's face. He's come back from Taekwondo. He might not have gone that well.
Oh my God.
I don't know how it happened.
I've got an idea. That dude, did you get a kick in the face or a punch in the face?
No, nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Nothing.
You must have got something.
No, it was fine. And then we got home and I was on the sofa and it started to swell up.
Have you been rubbing it?
A bit.
Is it itchy?
Yeah.
Have you got hay fever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is hay fever.
Is the eye kind of yellowy in comparison to the other one?
No, it's just red. Oh no, maybe a little bit yellowy.
Yeah, you got to stop itching it, mate. Stop rubbing it as much as you want to. You just don't rub it.
I've been rubbing my eyes tonight because I feel like the pollen's come down. Have you?
Honestly, genuinely, Kobe, you've not had a punch in the eye tonight because it looks like it's swollen as well, man.
Mm.
He's been punched in the face a few times, haven't you? And it's not done that to you.
You're not allowed to do it.
No. You're like in Taekwondo. You can't punch somebody in the face, but you can kick them in the face. Like that's better.
If I could get my foot high enough, I'd do that all the time.
But you had a message for Paul, didn't you?
Oh yeah. So far.
Paul, don't hold back. You can lay into him.
2-0.
So is that it?
Yeah, just
that's all you got for me.
Then we won the Premier League.
You did. You won the Premier League, and we let you do it. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'd rather you win it than Arsenal win it.
Well, we said that, didn't we?
How'd you get on in the cup final? What happened?
How did you get on in the cup final? Oh wait, you can't get to the cup final.
Actually, I'll have you know that Tottenham Hotspur under 21s won the Premier League cup final.
Under 21s and above 21s can't do it.
They won it. Best youth team in the country. Best youth team in the country.
I bet the under 21s are better than your actual team.
They probably are.
Yeah.
Well, you're not meant to say that. Is like that's not how this works.
But I'm just saying, big cup final, and you lost to the other Manchester team. It's not good, is it?
Well, you've got no trophies. At least we got a trophy this year.
We got lots. We were winning trophies before Manchester City were established back in 2008.
You were. We are.
Yeah, but they're all bought and paid for, Kobe.
Well, you earn the money, don't you?
No, you haven't earned any money.
Yeah. The oil has.
Savage.
The oil has. The oil pays for our trophies.
Aye.
It's true. It's true.
Nothing wrong with fossil fuel.
Yeah, Kobe, get a cold flannel and just put it on that eye and don't rub it.
And go into keep in your bedroom just shut the door tonight. You can put a nightlight on, but use the fan because we've had the doors open. So you know your air filtration in your bedroom. Just use that, and that'll get rid of all the pollen in your room because it's got a pollen filter on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep that eye cool. Don't rub it, even if it itches. Don't rub it.
Have a little bit of that off screen. And
Have some chocolate.
finish that off.
Have some chocolate. Have some chocolate. It'll make you feel better.
It's true. No, don't have some chocolate. Don't wander off. You stay there. Yeah, most people don't realise that beer is an antihistamine. It's like buying a Skoda. You still have past experiences from the company in your head. It's true. I love a Skoda though.
It's true. Skodas are brilliant, but nobody wants one.
I'm really up for having a Skoda Superb next.
I really like the Kodiak.
Kodiak's a great car.
Yeah.
The only thing about Skoda is they're so boring.
Yeah.
They're so boring. Like they make Volkswagen look exciting, which you just cannot believe.
I don't know. Unless it's in the R range. The Volkswagen R range cars do look nice. They are pretty.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Like the Tiguan, obviously. Is Lid still driving Tiguan?
The Tiguan. Are you off? Do you want to say goodbye, Mr. Swollen Face?
See you later, Swoley.
Bye.
Man United are awesome.
Right, don't forget tonight, nightlight.
I've got a joke for you.
Oh no, here we go.
About Harry Kane.
I've never heard of him.
So you can take the man out of Tottenham, but you can't take the Tottenham out of the man. It's the first time Bayern Munich have lost the Bundesliga for like 12 years, and they lost it to a team that had never ever won it before.
It's true. It's true. It's true. How many goals did Harry Kane? How many goals did Harry Kane score?
When?
This last season with Bayern Munich?
A lot.
A lot of goals. You can't blame him. In fact, he's got the European Golden Boot. He's still the best striker in the world.
He's like,
he was made in Tottenham. We made him. He's better than Haaland. He makes Haaland look like Fraser Campbell.
There's a lot better strikers.
There's none. There's literally none. There's literally none.
Yeah, there is.
Name one. Name one striker better than Harry Kane. I'll wait.
Ibrahimovic.
No, Harry Kane was better than Ibrahimovic as well.
Ibrahimovic right now, the retired version of him, he'd be better than Harry Kane.
Listen to this smack talking, honestly.
When Harry Kane retires, people will turn around and say, "Yeah, do you know what? We were a bit rude to Harry Kane. He was actually pretty amazing.
He was good. I like Harry Kane. I thought he did a good job.
He's your captain.
Have you seen his haircut? Look, have you seen his haircut? He's got like a proper
salt on the sides.
Yeah, he's got stripe in it and everything.
When I come up there, Kobe, I'll bring me strimmer and I'll do the top of it for you. I'll finish it off.
He's so funny. He's got a fight in 2 weeks, and he's been slack on his training, and he's doing Olympic level this time. What's it called? What's it called? PSG or PSS? So he's got a fight with PF what?
It's either PSA or PSA.
PSA, that's it. PSA. So basically, all of his pads have sensors in.
Oh wow!
The only problem is they have to share those pads. They must smell like butt. But basically, then when you kick, you've got to kick hard for it to register.
You got to make sure that they acknowledge the hit.
Yeah, so you got to go for it, haven't you, brother?
So you got to make sure you take an antihistamine before the fight, so that your eyes don't close up without being punched.
Just ignore it. We're gonna caffeine you up. into. We're going to get you amped.
We give you a Monster Energy drink.
Yeah, that's literally what I did last time. I was filled him full of energy drinks.
A Puritan tablet, and you're going to listen to Pantera on the way to the arena.
That's what we do. That's what we do. In fact, this last one you were too relaxed because we picked up your coach, didn't we? But I think this time we need to go on our own and get amped up, don't we?
Mhm.
And then you fight much better when you're amped up. But that kid, so his last fight, his coach was being trained by Team GB to be a coach. And this kid, he was good, wasn't he? I mean,
The
like
other kid's coach.
yeah, no, the other kid's coach was like, they were fire. So he came out, and it was his first fight. I mean, for his first fight, he did well, didn't he? The first fight, he absolutely did well. He didn't do you in.
First round, not fight.
Yeah, first round, he came out and he was fighting inside your guard, wasn't he? And he kept clenching all the way through, and that's your worst nightmare because you've got such good reach because he's got long legs, long arms, that you can keep that distance normally. But this kid was just running at him and then like punch, kick, and then grabbing him. And then he hit you in the face and got in trouble, didn't he? And he kept catching your face multiple times.
You got to greet him. If someone runs at you, just greet him with a boot to the face.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what you need to do as they run up. Just boom.
Remember Dalsim from Street Fighter, who had arms and legs that would stretch. Yeah, you got to be like that. If he runs towards you, just give him a palm to the face.
You don't know what. I'll show you who he's talking about. It's quite funny.
Sole of your foot straight to the nose. Game over.
Yeah. But then in your second round, you were mad, and he was mad. He was like, "I'm not happy now."
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill him.
Daddy.
Well, you did, yeah. So the first round, Kobe only got how many points? 2.
1.
Was it 1? Oh no, I thought you got 2.
It was 1.
1 point.
And he got 9.
And he got 9. And the only reason Kobe got 1 is because the other kid made a mistake. So in the second round, Kobe went like everybody went mad, didn't they? You can hear what's his name's dad shouting, "Kobe, he's strong boy!" like this, really loud, and Kobe's just like, "Rah!" And what was the score at the end of that?
13-0.
Yeah, 13-0. The kid didn't even stand a chance.
And then because it was a draw, the last one was 8-7.
Yeah, last fight 8-7 to Kobe. And Kobe you won that because you punched him and knocked the wind out of him, and he was a bit shocked, wasn't he? We've been doing some pad work on punches, and you left-handed him, and he went like 3 steps back, and I think he knocked his confidence.
Have you ever been into a fight that came down to like a sudden death moment, and you went full on Danielson and did the whole crane kick and kicked him straight in the face?
Yeah, it doesn't exist really, does it?
Have you seen Karate Kid?
Yeah, you've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Have you seen Karate Kid 2, where he does the move because it's the fight to the death?
No, you've not seen Karate Kid 2.
Everyone gets the little drums out and they go like that. Yeah. You should bring one of them to Kobe's next fight. That'll get him psyched up.
Do you know the mad bit is, when you watch Cobra Kai and you look at all the competitions,
yeah,
that is exactly what the competitions are like. They're exactly the same. Oh yeah, it's wild. It's like, and but this time we are taking a massive clan. This time, this is like
it's the Premier Open. So
and no, not this. No, the one you got your fight down in Barnsley first, and then it's the Open. So yeah, he's got an open fight as well after. So yeah, you got lots to do, lots of fighting. Be a good little fighter. He really underrates himself. He doesn't realise how good he is. So the kid that he spars with the most, what did he come in nationals last?
Second.
He came second in nationals.
That's mental.
And he can hold his own with him, no problem.
That's awesome.
And he's like, "Oh, but I'm not that good, Dad. Somebody will beat me. You haven't lost a fight yet."
Yeah, but there've only been 1 match. This is like 10.
Well, you got 10 fights in a row. Boom, smash them. You got it.
You got
You're
it.
like super fit. Right, go on.
You got it. But Chonks kicked your butt when he came up. He absolutely smothered you.
Oh, yeah. Chunks loved you, didn't he?
Chonks pinned you. He pinned you to the
You
ground.
were just happy that he pooed in Micah's bedroom there.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Not only that, so we cleared that up, and then we found another one.
Oh, poos everywhere.
Yeah, in the same room we found another little chuff nut. So then Micah picked it up, and Kobe was gaming in his room. So Kobe's gaming, and Micah just presented this chuff nut in front of his nose like that. So I'm downstairs.
How long had it been there?
It was only I think it was the next day.
Oh, they had a poo sitting in the room for like 24 hours.
Yeah, but it was like a little crispy one. It wasn't like some
like a rabbit poo.
Yeah, it wasn't a rabbit poo. It was like a little chunk. So yeah, Mike thought it was funny to pick it up because he's a scruffy little git. And then Kobe's gaming with his mate like that, and he just literally put the chunk on the end of his nose.
A chunk. I love that.
So then all I hear, I'm hearing that, and I'm like, what? Run up and says, what's going on, boys? He's like, Mike, I put one of Chunk's poos in front of my nose. Animal.
I love that. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
I can't believe that Chunk's done that. He just like picked his moment and went and had the dump in one of the bedrooms. He's like, right, job done. I'll leave that there for the lads when they go from school.
It's not animal. We think it's because the carpet in Mike's room, that was a second-hand carpet.
Right.
Even though it was like almost like brand new.
Did they have
but
dogs?
We think maybe another dog had done his thing there. So Chunk went in and he was like, this is mine.
Yeah.
Ali D says, doesn't matter who's in, they're just puppets to their higher power anyway. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. They're not leaders, they're characters.
Exactly. National service to train kids in a lifelong profession or a mandatory weekend in the community. In other words, we need carers, cleaners, charity shop workers. None of them have a clue. Well, yes, that's true. Don't say the C word, Paul. Ned will have his channel banned. It's true.
They don't still do that, do they?
By the way, what is your name, Nerd? Can't keep calling you Nerd. You can call me Nerd as well. It's John.
Nerd.
I asked my mother what she thought about feminism, and she said, quote, they should get back in the kitchen, look after the kids, and make sure the kids are brought up right. She's old school. Yeah. Well, Liz is a traditional woman, for sure. But then my view as a husband is that I love my wife and make sure I do the best that I can possibly do and lead the family in a way that makes her feel like she can trust me. That's literally it. So I would say 90% of the time she gets her own way. The rest of the time, yeah, there's that last 10% I have to fight for hand tooth and nail. But I'm very much alpha male in my house. Your mum's a dying breed. Well,
the fact is, being an alpha male is essentially submitting to your wife. That is what being an alpha male is all about.
Yeah, that's true. It's not being this. I watched a guy the other day who was like all roided up, and he's like, "Yeah, and you know, what's the point if you're not in the gym, man, and you're not making money?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, can you imagine what your kids must be like?" And I'm like, that's not an alpha male. That to me, that's a beta male. That's somebody that hasn't grasped it.
That's a guy who loves himself more than he could possibly love anyone else or anything else.
Exactly.
All bodybuilders are like insecure. All of them. That's why so many short people go to the gym.
It's true.
They all got little man syndrome, and they think if they suddenly get big arms, that's going to make them look less ridiculous. I'm sorry, if you're short, you're fucked.
Exactly. Yeah. One of my best mates is tiny. But he's like my older brother in many ways. How posh is Johnny as daily trainers? I have got what have I got? I have got my K-Swiss are like my posh. Like
K-Swiss.
Yeah, they're like Adidas with an extra stripe. They're go to church on Sunday trainers. I've got
Sunday finest.
3 pairs of Timberlands. So I have a grey and orange pair, which Paul takes the mick out of relentlessly.
Yeah, they're pretty shocking, to be fair.
They wear like a pair of slippers. They are the best pair of boots I've ever worn. So they're great for driving or working.
Timberlands make great boots, but you don't need to get silly colour Timberlands.
He looks great. They're grey and orange. They're like proper work boots. Then I've got 2 pairs of tan Timberlands.
That's what you want.
And I have a pair of Adidas Gazelles, which are tweed. Harris tweed ones. Yeah, I have Harris tweed
Gazelles. And I love my Adidas Gazelles. I have navy blue Adidas Gazelles, and they look great, but they're not very comfortable if you're doing a lot of walking.
No, not at all.
They're for sitting about in a bar and looking awesome. Adidas Gazelles. That's all they're good for.
I'm trying to think what other trainers I've got. I've got a really rare pair of Adidas that are like orange, green, and orange, blue, and white. I'm going to put them in vintage because it turns out they're worth like £100 now. So
I think the best trainer. I think the best trainer you can get right now. I mean, with my limited knowledge, Nike Air Force, Nike Air Force Ones, because you can get them in full leather, which means you ain't gonna get wet feet. They look good. If you get a decent colorway on them, they look good, and they got a solid sole on them, and they're comfy as hell. They're just good shoes.
Casey's got a pair of them. I didn't know
it's a good shoe. A good shoe.
Has he been in the ring with Usyk? No. No, he's a good fighter.
When he walked in, I was like, he's taking a punch to the eye there. That was swelling.
It's bad though. Like I'm in here, I've been rubbing my eyes tonight. I can feel it in my throat. The pollen is right up there. But I think what people don't realise, so you think like grass pollen is the first in it to kick off, and then it's later on it's tree pollen, and there's different types of tree.
A tree pollen normally comes first. That's the one.
Oh, is that the way it is?
Yeah, so tree pollen is normally the earlier in the season. And then when you get to like the hottest part of the year, that's generally when the grass pollen kicks in. But it's the tree pollen that normally bothers me. Grass pollen doesn't really bother me much.
No, me too. But it depends on the tree as well. I didn't realise this, but different breeds of tree give off their pollen at different times.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely. But we've got in this house, you've seen them big air filtration units in the house in each room. So I've put pollen filters in them this year because they suffer with it. And like Kate, it does work. She can shut her door, turn the air filter on, and there's no pollen at all in her room then. And she'll calm down straight away. What belt is he on? So he's red, red black tag now. He should be black belt, but because he's been slack in his grading when he was younger, basically he hasn't. He should be black belt. His master says he should be black belt. I'm looking to work on Dan 1, but he's he's like a stroppy teenager at the moment. So
I'm doing that.
Oh man, he just wants to play Xbox all the time, which is obviously not going to happen. The curse of Cain.
Luckily, I'm an adult and I don't believe in curses.
Trent, if only you knew how to take a second pen versus France.
Oh my God, he misses one penalty. He gets remembered by Arsenal fans for that. How did Saka get on with his penalty when England needed it most? He missed it. Just saying. Who scored theirs? Pretty sure Kane did. Just saying.
I only got to red stripe in Taekwondo. Guy was my favourite pattern. Loved Yolgok Blue Stripe. Yeah, he can do. So for your black belt, you have to do all of them in a row, which he can do. But he's just a whinge bag. It's Sharky.
He's a massive Yahoo. You Yankee bastard. Sharky, how are you? Is he still at work? He'll still be at work. It's only like 4 o'clock in the afternoon over there.
Yeah, old part-time Pete.
Yeah, exactly that. He might be off.
He's
Yeah.
not-
You great big Yahoo.
He calls me a Yahoo. I am a Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Have you seen my new Mountain Dew hat up there? Taste of freedom, boo.
Is that a bucket hat?
Yeah.
Oh, you must be able to get like a Mountain Dew trucker cap.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've got
Definitely.
a Yeti one that I bought.
Yeti.
Massive upper body and chicken legs. Great look. Yeah, it's true. He literally looks like a beanpole.
Yeah, Kobe's like Peter Crouch, but not quite as tall yet.
He's just skinny, isn't he?
He is. He's skin and bone.
But when you see him, when he's got his t-shirt off, and he's like, so the other day he was sat in the garden, it was all sunny, he took his t-shirt off, and we were like blinded. We had to put our sunglasses on because he's so white and ginger. He's got pecs and he's ripped. He's got a six-pack.
There's nothing on him. Nothing on him.
He's a little muscly little dude.
Nothing on him.
And it, like Micah, is not chubby by any stretch of the imagination. And Kobe will walk past and tap Mike's belly, and he's like, "Come on, chubby." I was like, just because everybody is skinny compared to you, Kobe, that doesn't mean everybody's. He's going to get him because I was skinny like him when I was little.
Kobe is like the Slender Man. He's just skin and bone. You put him in a suit and hide him in the woods, he will terrify people.
That's true. It's true.
Slender Man. Even I was scared of the Slender Man first time I saw it.
Weird, isn't it?
It is weird. America. All the cool things, all the best city things come out of America. The Slender Man.
Ali just says, only an hour or so then. Is it hot there today? Hot day, then having a cold beer is as good as sex. You're not doing it right.
I mean, it's pretty awesome, but sex is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. I just went in and Lids was in her pajamas, so I had to cop a feel.
Because Abby's probably fast asleep by now. What she doesn't realise is that when I'm off here, I'm going to jump on her, probably kill her.
Yeah, that's true. That's what's
It's
coming.
coming.
24 degrees here, and it's cold. I'll give up.
24 degrees. I'll be sweated like a Geordie in a spelling test if it was 24 degrees.
Like Luke John in it. No.
Like Luke John in a spelling test. Like me at a buffet.
like us at Hickory's.
Hickory's. Needs to come back up for Hickory's.
Damn, brother.
Oh, dude, we are coming up. We're coming up to Hickory's for Super Bowl next year.
Oh, mate, it's quality.
100% coming up.
Fights and arguments and all sorts goes on. It's awesome.
Love it. I'm coming. I'm bringing my Patriots jersey with Tom Brady on the back, and I'm going to start some rows.
I think the problem is, you see, that in America, I think the Super Bowl lot are quite nice, where I think in the UK, we're so violent as a group.
We're tribal. We're tribal about everything over here, yeah.
I just remember, so there was a table next to us, and they were a gambling syndicate of friends that live all over the country, and they'd come to do the Super Bowl, and they hadn't seen each other for 2 years, and one of them had been teasing the other one about it. He'd always bring it down to his mum. He'd be like, "Yeah, but your mum," like mum jokes. So when his team lost a couple of points, he ended up winning in the end. He made a comment about his mum, and he just absolutely lost it. And then my group, we're not like that at all, but we can handle ourselves. And I'm sat right at the back with Lids, and Lids was like, because it was all kicking off behind her. I was like, chill, it's fine. And then the guy stood up. He's like, I'm gonna lamp you mother. And then my guy stood up and sort of got round him and sat him back down. And then he was like, fine. And it was just hilarious. And then I said, no, I'll buy you a beer, calm down. So I bought him a beer. And he was like, I'm really sorry. And then later on, they're downstairs, they're mates drinking again together. And then they go back upstairs and start round again. It's typical Brits. And then there was another one where on another table further back, they'd been fine all night, quiet as a mouse, no trouble at all. And then one lad was being tight and he wouldn't, it was over like 80p, and he started arguing with the waitress, and the waitresses had been brilliant. And this guy just stood up and he just flipping slapped the guy, open-handed slap, like just boom. And he went off his chair and knocked him clean out. And we all just burst out laughing. It was just like, oh my gosh, the bounce picked him up, dragged him outside. That was the end of that. I was like, that is Super Bowl. Watching the Super Bowl in the UK is very different, I think, from America.
Unfortunately, it's true. But, British blokes and beer and sport should not be allowed together. We can't be trusted. Americans are a lot more behaved than we are. We can't do it. We're a fight. At the end of the day, we're an island. We're a fighting breed. That's all we've ever done. So that's why we shouldn't be allowed to have nice things. Because we fight each other.
It's true. We're animals.
We fight each other for it. It's all we do. It's silly. I see footage of like you go NFL games of fans fighting each other, and I'm like, yeah, because they're sitting together.
Yeah, I know. What's that about? They're all together. I'm like,
over here, you don't do that. Like you don't sit fans together. They have to be separated, otherwise there will be murders. It's just like common sense. I don't know how the Americans can do it. I really don't.
Like here, if you were on if I went in a Man City t-shirt, which I wouldn't, but I don't have any football tops, I'd look ridiculous. But if I did, and I walked into a Man United bar, I'd have the snot kicked out of me.
Yeah, you wouldn't get out. You wouldn't walk out.
No way.
Yeah. So we went to the Boston when we was in Boston last year. We went to a Boston Bruins hockey game, and they were playing Anaheim Ducks, which is Abby's team. Abby follows the Anaheim Ducks, and I follow the Bruins. So we were up there with all the Bruins fans. Abby's wearing an Anaheim Ducks jersey. No one cared.
Really?
No one cared. No one gave a monkeys, and the Ducks won. The Ducks won in overtime. At the Boston Garden, at the what's it called, the TD Garden, they won, and no one said a word. No one cared. It was cool. It was totally cool. If that had happened in England, Abby probably would have got thrown down the stairs. It wouldn't have gone well. It would have been a mess. And I was ready. I was ready for it, and no one said anything. And I just thought, how nice are these American people?
It's completely different. It's so different. Ali says, I didn't really care about the penalty on Welsh. I'm just on the wind-up ball.
Oh, you're bloody tough. Oh, no.
He's all right, is Ali. He's a legend.
He's Welsh.
He's a good one. John, last question for me. Monaco, scrap it. Add refueling or add an extra tyre compound changes for me. Sadly, I think it has to go. If it stays, it needs to be... No. There is nothing wrong. Right. There is let me say this. There is nothing wrong with Monaco at all. And if you think about it, it represents a lot of sort of city areas. The problem is that the cars are ridiculously big, they're ridiculously boring, and they're flipping. Formula One is just as dull. The most exciting thing that happened in Formula One has been the Red Bull manager getting his Todger out and putting it on and being text around the paddock. That was the most exciting thing to happen in Formula One. It is cack at the moment. As a massive Formula One fan back in the day, I have to say Formula One is absolute dog crap right now. And the cars are boring. It's just boring racing, boring cars, boring blooming people. Oh, it's flipping. It's like there's nothing wrong with Monaco. Just build cars. You're a flipping Formula One race. You know Monaco is happening. Build cars that go around Monaco. That's it. Limit the size of them. Honestly, it's just some of the greatest racing is in Monaco because it's so difficult. And it's flipping awesome. Monaco is just, yeah. It doesn't need to be reconfigured. It needs to be left alone, and they just need to build cars that go around the track instead of all this waffle.
Monaco, arguably the most legendary Formula One track of them all.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, is Formula One. I have a picture in my house of Jack Brabham racing a BRM signed by Jack Brabham on one of the Monte Carlo turns, a first edition lithograph. That is Formula One. All this other, the cars too big. How about fucking make smaller cars then? You want to save the world by making smaller cars and making it more environmentally friendly? Well, make them lighter and stronger and smaller and faster. It's not hard. That's how motorsport has been done forever. Anyway, there you go, Luke. John, I don't think you expected that. But that really, I've seen this argument. It really gets on my nerves. Shark, 24 cold. Yeah, I know, right? It's true here. But 24, if we bought Sharky over here when it was 24, he'd be dying. He couldn't cope. He'd be like so humid.
True.
Luke John says, I'm not a Geordie, you plum-tard.
Yes, you are.
Boo, Brady is not a Yahoo.
Brady. Great quarterback. Greatest quarterback in NFL history. And I don't even care. But I just know that'll wind up Sharky.
40 degrees, gosh.
Oh, Jesus, sod that.
Yeah, so that even I don't. I love really hot weather, but
I don't like hot weather. I don't do well in hot weather.
I love it.
Why?
I'm happiest when I've got serious moob sweat going on. I want to see Brady play football.
I want to see Brady play football. You want to see Brady? But he's retired. He's not coming back again, is he? No.
Paul, we are more uncivilized than you proper Englishmen. Don't be jealous.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
We're like cavemen, honestly. Sharky, you need to come to the UK. We'll put you up.
Take them to a real football match where they actually kick the ball with their feet.
Yeah, not the one where they hold it. Adventure. I remember 40 degrees plus when I was in Australia. It's weird how quickly you get used to the heat. No humidity helps a shed load. Yeah, well, that's the problem, isn't it? It's the humidity. It is so humid here. It's ridiculous. It's like we're in the jungle. I'm a McLaren fan. I waited a long time to see us back at the front of the grid. More races this year, but half the tracks are just garbage. Oh, man, some of them are so dull, so boring. Boring! I can't stand Formula 1. Exciting parts of crash or a pit stop. I'm not huge on motorbikes, but MotoGP is yeah, honestly. Yeah, it is. You've nailed it. I do like trophy trucks or stadium trucks. They are awesome. I like rallycross. Not a big fan of rally, but I mean, I can respect it. I'm just not very good at it.
What are your thoughts on Formula E?
So I had some links with a company called Supernova Racing, and they ran Jarno Trulli's Formula E car back in the day. So I've seen them. I mean, it's all right, but it's just boring, isn't it?
They make a funny noise.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's like watching skeleton.
It's very weird. They're quick.
Yeah. I mean, it's all right. Don't get me wrong. It's a spectacle. I love the fact that they do street circuits. That's cool. But I don't know. There's a place for it. There's definitely a place for it. There's a place for every motorsport. But it's not my first choice to go and watch it. I much prefer something that is more sensory. So it's like the noise, the speed. Like, don't get me wrong. When I saw, what's his name, Max Chilton drive the downforce electric car at Goodwood, that's flipping phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, didn't make any noise, but it was just incredibly quick. That is exciting. But equally so, watching the old Peugeot 405 do the Pikes Peak is just as impressive.
Yeah.
So
you can't beat like a road legal car flying around on a track.
Turbos, anti-lag, just go mental. Big V8s like that shouldn't rev to $9,000 doing 10. Paul Beard's review, isn't that Joe Montana? I don't know much about NFL, but I've heard of him.
Joe Montana. Who did you play for the 49ers? Was it Montana? Joe Montana?
I think so. San Francisco 49ers.
San Francisco 49ers? I'm sure Montana played for the 49ers.
Hot weather in a glass greenhouse in London, then meet up in the roughest pub in London. Banging times.
That's a stabbing waiting to happen.
That's Great British Beer Festival, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you take him to the roughest pub in London?
Me?
Mm.
No. I'm not sure what he's referring to. I didn't take it to any rough pubs in London.
Tom Brady busy with part-owning Birmingham Football Club.
Does he really? Tom Brady got shares in Birmingham City Football Club. That's weird.
BTCC race cars are great this year, just smashing to over. Have they brought it back so it's a bit rougher? Because that's what killed the sport off. That was the thing about British touring car that made it the best in the world, was the fact that it was semi-contact. So it made for exciting racing. And then FIA got involved and MSA and just made it like clinical and dull. I'll give it a look. Sterling, hello, mate. You may begin if you behave yourselves. How you doing, Sterling, my man? We're on the Chateau Neuf beer. Sterling, are you in your truck? Are you driving? Where are you driving? And what are you hauling today? I like Formula E. At least it has purpose. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't. It just racing died with Colin McRae for me. Quit watching everything on TV other than Goodwood Historics. So, Sterling, I used to work literally for a sports car company around the corner from them, from the track. And I used to go at my lunchtime and park on the embankment and watch the cars go around. So, yeah, Goodwood's. What's nice about that track, if you ever get the chance to go, it's exactly like it was in like 1940. It's beautiful. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bit of history. And there's an airport in the middle. It's just awesome. It's a great place. Great track. I've driven it. I've done quite a few laps around that track. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have a look, but I'm sure is Extreme E Racing. Let's just have a look and see if I've seen this. If I'm thinking of the same thing as you are. Extreme E, the Electric Odyssey. Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, it just doesn't. It's all right. Yeah, they're like big old off-road Citroens with stuff on them. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, if I was allowed to have a go, I'd have a go. But yeah, not bothered. Just finished work, heading home. Sterling's in America.
Sterling Wheel.
He's got his own channel. He's a truck driving legend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is. He is.
We do appreciate a truck driver here.
He's got some very nice Dylan optic sunglasses as well, which I'm very jealous of.
I don't know what they are.
Ali D says, I always remember Ricard Rydell and his Volvo estate, the flying brick. Oh, yeah. And the BTCC. Love watching it back then. Oh, man, it was good. He was good in the S40s as well. He was a good driver. I should say F1 should reduce the size of a go-kart, and they have technology to do it. They could literally do it. I haul empty 53-footers from Portland back to Reno. There you go, Paul. Portland to Reno.
Portland, Oregon, all the way back to Reno. Damn. That's some serious driving. How long does that take?
Empty ones? That must be good on fuel.
Better than a full one.
Mm.
How long does it take to drive a 53-footer back from Portland, Oregon to Reno?
How far is that on? I'm going to go Google Maps.
Go on, Goggle.
Google Maps. Not now. I don't. Google Maps. Portland to Reno.
It's like over 500 miles. Whoa.
It is. 531 miles, 9 hours. 9 hours and 3 minutes in a car.
So he's put 574 miles in 10 3/4 hours.
Yeah. Man, that's hauling, eh?
Some serious driving.
Woo.
Do you not get bored? I mean, how often do you pull over for a break in that? Or do you do like nearly 11 hours driving straight? You must stop for a piss or something.
They all like. What I've learned is all American truckers have something called a piss jug. So
A piss jug.
But in the UK and Europe, you're only allowed to do 4.5 hours before you take a break, and you've got to have a minimum of half an hour break.
I love that. They restrict you.
Oh yeah.
What I loved about truckers in America, I noticed that they all genuinely wear trucker hats. They wear trucker caps. It's almost like it's the law. You have to wear a trucker cap.
I have mine ready. I've got 2 actually. I've got 3. I've got this one. It's my Buffalo Airways trucker hat. So if you're if you're into aviation, you'll know who Buffalo Airways is. And then I've got my Cletus McFarlane Hell Yeah Brother hat.
Cletus.
Stars and stripes on it, baby.
Don't get more American than that.
Doesn't get more American than that, no.
What snap do you wear your trucker cap on? Because they look like they were really loose on your head.
Oh no, they're tight. So I've got 3 left.
They say a lot of it's about the same generally, but I wear them loose unless I kind of break them in.
Oh, this one's a bit bigger. So that's on 4. But I tuck my ears in. So
I do.
like my ears. Yeah, I don't like my ears sticking out.
Oh,
And
so
also, it stops them getting burnt in the sun. So I'll put them
This is
inside
true.
my.
That's why I need a cowboy hat.
I can rock a snapback as well, but I'm just a bit too old.
I'm too old to wear a snapback.
I just feel like, I mean, I look good. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like a twat when I'm wearing it.
Yeah,
Well, I can wear this. I've worn this out, and everyone's like, "I love your hat, mate."
And you're like, for sure.
Hell yeah, brother.
For sure.
They just had their week of freedom on the Cletus channel.
Their Memorial Day, didn't they, on Monday?
Yeah. And happy Memorial Day to all my American brothers and sisters. We love you. Luke says, we went to the Hungerford Arms, a top-class establishment of the highest caliber. Okay, maybe not the craft beer board, but did say John Smith and Tetley Smooth.
Oh, dear.
Is the horse racing track at Goodwood too? Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, it's Goodwood. It's one of the biggest racing festivals of the year.
Yeah, I've been to the horse racing. I had my one and only epic horse. I swear down, this is how it goes because they want you to be addicted to gambling. But I went and I took £20 and I was like, I am not gambling a penny more than 20 quid because that's it. I'm not into gambling. So I took my 20 quid and I put it on a horse and I won. And then I put it on another horse with a bookie and I won again. And it kept happening. And I lost one and then I put it on again. And then there was a 4-horse race and I put all my money on what order I thought they'd come in and I won it and I won a fortune. And then I went back, got the money, and the guy was like, no more bets. The bookie was like, no more bets. I was like, what? And he's like, you've got beginner's luck. Go away. I was like, what? Is that a real thing? He's like, oh, yeah. So I came out with a good, sizable amount of cash, and I paid for all my food and drinks and everything. And I never went horse racing again. I've never put a bet on a horse again. And then I went greyhounds to watch greyhounds race, and I lost every single time. So, yeah, it's definitely beginner's luck. Look up the Targa California. I'm building a 67 Beetle to keep up with the 356 and Alfa Romeo. Very cool. Mm-hmm. Wow, Targa California Beetle. That's a rare old beast. I don't know if we had these in the UK. Targa California Beetle. Or is that a different thing? Oh, is that where you're from?
I was just saying, I'm watching Sterling Wheels video. He does look like a trucker.
He is.
Fuck me, what's that bike you got in your garage, mate? That's sick. He's got a Volkswagen Beetle. He's got a Volkswagen Beetle in his garage. 2 massive bikes. What's you got in there? You got a bike. You got a boat in the back there, and all. My man's got some gear, and he's got his microphone stuck to his head.
Stelling's funny, man. He's a good guy. It's Jack Howard. Hello, mate. Oi, what's this? Hello, dude.
My man looks awesome. He's got a cap on back to front. That's a strong look.
Strong. I don't know if I can rock a cap on back to front.
No, I'm not cool enough for that.
I have done it because when I've been out in the sun and my head's burning.
Again, that's why you need a cowboy hat.
But then my forehead's massive, so it looks really weird. You can't really wear a trucker hat back to front. You need one where it, like I've got an Oakley one with O where it stars and stripes. That doesn't have a loop in the back, so you can wear that back to front. It's even got an Oakley badge on it on the back.
Exactly, with trucker caps, you need them to be good as well. You need the cardboard at the front to be a good quality cardboard, so they don't like crease.
Yeah, well, I've taken the cardboard out of them.
Have you really?
The insert. Are you on about the insert?
Oh, the insert. Yeah, that's one thing to take out, but you got to make sure that the material at the front of the trucker cap is quite solid, so it stays in place.
Yeah.
So, like, New Era make a really good trucker cap. Like,
yeah, they do.
yeah, they don't go out of shape. Whereas other trucker caps, you get like a dent in them, and that's it. They don't retain the same shape ever again. They look a bit shit. They look like a baseball cap. After that, once they're dented, it looks like a baseball cap.
They're like all round and ripply.
Yeah, they never look quite cool enough.
I had a nice hat. I can't remember what it was, and we washed it, and it was trashed.
Oh, that's the worst thing you can do. Yeah.
But the biggest problem, if you look at my hats, because I've worn, I only ever wear them really when it's really sunny and hot, like it has to be, and then they end up with salt on them from my sweat, so I get like a little salt patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's got it, but because it's like a jean material, they're not that bad. But these are a good brand. These Richardson ones. If you ever get them and they've got that R, they're good.
Richardson.
Yeah, they're really good quality. I've been very happy with this one.
Good quality hat.
What brand's that one? This is from the aviation shop down the road. Yeah, this is a classics made in Bangladesh.
That's where you want your trucker cap to come from.
Oh, Targa, California is an event. My head went Targa, California. So you get the VW California, which is a camper, and then you get the Targa, which is a Porsche, which is a type of roof. And I thought, well, I wonder if they were the same thing and it was all thrown in one sentence. A Targa California is a non-competitive road tour car that takes place in Central California. Blah 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 blah. Costs $800. It includes even event decals, a route book, a fleece, baseball cap, and a grill badge. Well, if it's got a grill badge, I'm there.
Grill. Just the word grill. That'll do.
Grill. I've got a grill on my Mercedes. Love my Mercedes. A taxi. Do you know what my mate bought me the other day?
Nope.
Wait there. I'm going to go and get it because it is that horrendous that I think you'll appreciate it. So you can do some comments whilst I go and get what my mate bought me.
Comments. Where are we? How far behind? Oh, there we are. Sterling says, only God considers me a legend. I'm humble about that fact. John says 9 hours. Jack says I haul 8 inches around on the daily. You don't hear me giving it large. Dear. Luke says, Jack, you tarts. Jack Howard, the Suffolk Viking, is in the house. Sterling Will says, 3,200 miles a week. Just pisses in his mouth. Reduces recycle reuse. There you go. Ali D says, American Truckers just reminded him of Smokey and the Bandit. Classic film. It is a classic film. One of John's favourites. Oh, God. Jack says, any Yank trying to piss in their own mouth would most likely miss. We know what they're like with the old friend fire aim. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Says, I can't wear trucker hats. I look trucker enough. Paul pretending he wasn't there. It's because he had curry on the brain. Probably. Ali D won 80 quid on the Grand National this year. Picked the winner as I liked his name. I think that's how most people pick their horses, to be funny. What's got this daftest name? What's got the daftest name horse? Put a tail on it each way.
An oss.
An oss.
So,
An oss.
where are you at? What time?
We are Jack Howard, 12:56.
Any Yank trying to piss in their own mouth would most likely miss. We know what they're like with their old friend firearm. Did somebody say Smoking the Bandit?
Smoking the Bandit.
I've got my man Bert right here. Who's
Big Bad
listening.
Bert. Rest in peace.
Right, are you ready to see what he bought me for my Mercedes?
Ready. Is that a posh tissue box?
It's a gold tissue box holder to go on my parcel shelf. So you put your tissues in there, you put your thing on, and then it goes in the parcel shelf of your car.
Does it sit like still on the parcel shelf of your car?
I have not put it in because I'm not Asian. So
this is the point. This is the point I was gonna say it, but you said it first, which I'm glad about. Yes, they love things shiny, don't they, our Asian friends?
yeah, it's yeah. So yeah, apparently my car is very Asian. So I should have this.
It is a little bit.
It's a little bit European taxi as well, to be fair.
Yeah, European taxi or Asian dentist, something like that.
I think it probably has been owned by an Asian dentist.
It's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. We can't go to Hickory's in that again though.
Why?
Because it's too nice. We've got to turn up in a pickup truck next time.
It is very comfy. It's very comfy. It's super lazy. The stereo is just off the chart amazing.
It is a nice car.
I love it. Oh, Friendly Fire. He's on about Friendly Fire.
Friendly Fire. What Friendly Fire?
Yeah, that happens. I can't wear tracker hats. I look enough tracker as it is. Fair enough.
He looks like a trucker.
It's true. He does. Paul pretending he wasn't there. That's because he had a curry on the brain.
Yeah, I think this is in reference to taking Luke to dodgy pubs in London after a beer festival.
True.
A jag.
Mate, I feel like that. 100%. I won 260 quid at Newmarket the other week. I paid to meet Brad next week.
Oh, bloody hell! So that's what the money went on to meet Brad.
I couldn't figure out where to put the road mic.
Yeah, so he's got it on his hat in his latest video, which is funny.
Oh, well, you clip it on. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, you know. That's not actually that bad a shout. Like, genuinely, quite sensible. I don't see. There's always this big thing about hiding the microphone so people don't see the mic and having a little Lavier mic and stuff like that. And I don't think anybody really gives a toss if they can see the mic.
Everyone knows you got to use a mic, don't they? So
yeah, I think they'd rather just have good sound. What do you reckon, Paul? Good sound?
Yeah, it's got to be good sound.
Yeah.
It's got to be good. Doesn't matter what you look like, as long as it sounds good. You can hear what's being said. That's the main thing.
I love Jack. He cracks me up. I remember paying more than 260 quid to meet Brad.
Bloody Brad.
Brad. Brad's hilarious. He's funny, isn't he? He is funny. Paul is round and Ripley.
Yeah. I don't know Ripley is, but yeah, I'm definitely round.
We Yorkshiremen trucking, but I haven't stopped there for a while. I haven't. It's Tolga. Tolga, I feel really bad because when I set this live up, it was a bit of a lastminute.com thing, and I didn't realise that Wheel Burner was live, and then I already said to Paul, because it's not often we get the chance to do the lives, is it?
No,
Where we're both either not working or not doing something. And then I set it live, and I saw Wheel Burner was live, and I was like, "Oh no, I feel really bad." So I feel, yeah, he might not be talking to me next time I see him. I feel bad. Tolga's a legend. So Tolga is actually in Turkey.
it's in Turkey.
Mm.
Ah.
But Tolga is very much into the trucker scene, and we all think he works for like some sort of secret service, given his emoji
Doesn't
avatar.
have a face. Well, it's nice that we've got people in Turkey watching us. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, that's flipping German, you. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, sir, mon ami.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Welcome to our Turkish friends.
Ça va?
Zava.
Idiot.
Où est le Turkey?
Where is the Turkey? Où est la piscine?
Où est la piscine?
So me and Lydia, our honeymoon, we went to Kadasi in Turkey. I loved it. Funnily enough, we were looking at holidays to Turkey again, and we feel because there was that like I don't know if it's a little bit dangerous because it's a Muslim country, whether they want us there and all that kind of stuff. And then I thought, I've travelled to other places that when they were supposedly dangerous and they weren't at all. And I said to Lids, I'd take us and take the kids to Turkey. It's a NATO nation. It's perfectly safe. It'll be fine. And when we went on our honeymoon, bloody Germans, pissing Germans with their bloody their towels. They put their towels on all the sun lounges at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Some of them come back from the night before because they've been out all night and then go and get their towels, put them on the sun lounges. And because I'm a night bird, like I'm awake, I could stay up all night, no problem. So I started to go down once they put all their towels down and throw them all in the pool. Just go down, get all their towels.
You shouldn't be reserving a sunbed. That's mental behaviour.
Yeah, and the Turkish guy, he says that one night, I got caught. I launched them all into the pool, and I was walking back up to my room, and I got stopped by the security people of the hotel, and they said, "You're the one that keeps throwing all the German towels in the swimming pool, aren't you?" I was like, "No." And they're like, "We see you on CCTV." "Yeah, we see you. And I was like, yeah, that might be me. And they were like, "Excellent." Only towels. It was like only towels, and we would prefer you throw them in the hedge over there because they didn't like the fact. So basically, when you throw towels and they've got washing powder in, and it affects the swimming pool.
Oh god!
So they were like, throw the towels over the hedge. I loved it. So the Turks, they were like us and didn't really like the Germans all that much. Yeah, it was quite funny, made me laugh.
Do like reserving sunbeds, the Germans. Give them credit.
Did you wash your hands on? No, I just rinsed them with my own urine. No, I went to get it. So I've got a Mercedes E-Class. My mate thought it was funny to buy me this for my car. On the parcel shelf because he said it's an Asian car. Last time I had a Jeep and he put "Just one life, live it" written on the back. He stuck a sticker on it. Embarrassing. I like dogs, but I like caravans more.
I like caravans. I just need to have a choice.
I like a caravan. For anyone that isn't aware, John owns a Mercedes, barely mentions it. Yeah, listen. It's an old one. It's not worth any money, but I love having a Merc. Tolga, the stream will give you nightmares. True. When he said, because I'm not Asian, I laughed aloud at 3 a.m. It's true. It's just like, what the heck?
It's true. It's true. John is not Asian.
I'm not. All right. I am not Asian. I am not using this.
We're still going disco. I don't know how, but we are still going.
We are. Come and join us.
We are still
Got
going.
the link. I didn't know John had a Mercedes. Why did he mention it? It's true. Why did I? I'm so quiet. I had Citroen before. Citroen. At least he doesn't own a Jag.
A Jag.
I've only ever had one Jag. Ever.
I want a Jag. I like Jags.
I'm right. They're just like braking more than Alfa Romeos. I'd rather own an Alfa Romeo.
I've got some pizza.
Oh, where did that come from?
It's about Indian. Happy bought it up ages ago and I've got to eat it.
Oh. He's immune to nightmares. I'm Sterling. No, you're not. You're Tolga. No. He's immune. I think that's what he's trying to get at. Hey up, Disco. Tolga's laughing. No, but I do own 2 Jags. No, you got 2 Jags. You are a brave man. 2 Jags, Jack. 2 Jags, Jack. Right, Jack. You got Jag. What Jags have you got? You've got, I reckon, you've got an X-Type and I reckon you'll have the big one. What's it called? The XJ. Big old girl. Disco. John owns a Merc. Has he become North African taxi driver? Yeah, it's true. It's exactly. They are bomb-proof. That's literally one of the reasons why I bought it, was because I went to Greece, I went to Rhodes, and they all had Mercedes E-Class. And I said, what are these cars like? And they were like, they are brilliant. And then my mate's got an E-Class, and I said, what's the car like? He's like, it's brilliant. I've just had no bother with it. And I was like, right, I'm going to buy an E-Class. I haven't got the money. So my search was find an E-Class with really good history that hasn't been like done in. And I found one, and literally it wasn't far from my house, and it has had every service ever, any work has always been done by the Mercedes main dealer. That's rare. Just don't find cars like that. And I love it. It's awesome. Okay, you yahoos. I'm off work and out of here. Oh, he's going home.
Was he going home? Was he off to work? Do some work, you yahoo.
Colouring in. In America, all our camping equipment is named after porn. Is it the same over here? Camping equipment? Is it? How's that? I want to know now. I want to know. We don't have any camping equipment called Debbie Does Dallas. Not think of any. Animal Farm.
Big-breasted bitches.
No, nothing like that.
No.
No, Sterling. All our camping equipment is named after emotions because it's intense.
Intense.
Oh, yeah. The net emotion. I don't feel bad, mate. There was no notification. Also, for the last successful attempt, at least. See, that's the other thing, isn't it? Why does it not send out notifications? I'm a secret squirrel. You are. He says, "Buongiorno."
Buongiorno.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Salem in hello.
Shalom.
Laugh my ass off.
Salem.
I speak a bit of German. What is your name? What is your name and where are you?
Peasant.
I love it. Jack, you tard. Do your live shows whenever it's a do your live shows whenever it's a big YouTube. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I just, want to take the mix.
It's a big YouTube.
It's true. Cool, that gag was the best of my off-the-cuff work at 1 a.m. Is it 1? Oh, my gosh.
She is 20 past 1.
Have you got work tomorrow, Paul?
Yeah. Ain't got to be there till like midday.
Oh, right, that's not bad. Oh, yeah, most of the people are drinking 24/7, and most of them are saying they are religious. I mean, however, John, is that real? I thought it was one of those stereotypes saying with that with the old towers on the lounge. No, it's for real. That honestly, they did it every flip. So the first time we went down, we couldn't even get a sun lounger. It was our honeymoon, and I was like proper pissed off. And they didn't even come down until like lunchtime, and we were down there a bit earlier. And I just thought, flipping not having this. So after the first, well, it was the second day, I saw them going out there laying their lounges, and it was a bit of a clue when some of them had German insignia on their towels. I thought, I'm having it. I missed it. We're still enjoying your North African taxi one. It's true. Oh dear. Did anyone know that John has a Mercedes class? No. But John is in Yorkshire, so his Merc is known as E-Bar Gum class. It's true. Nobody wants chlorine in their towels. No, it's true. Right. Disco. E-Bar Gum is also Yorkshire recreational activity of injecting amphetamines behind the teeth to get high. I have an XFR and an F-Pace for her indoors. Oh. Have you had a steering rack yet for the F-Pace? Does anyone own or has owned a Lexus or a Lexi that's more than one right, as Partridge would call it? I've never had a Lexus. They are good though. They don't go wrong. I worked on Lexus very briefly for 6 months. He has a 2004 Disco 2. Are you mental? Wow. Is it a V8 as well with that terrible Buick? I'm sorry that we did that. We took a Buick V6 that didn't work and then made it worse. Made it a V8. I feel like Sterling's got an addiction to like really bad, like painful cars. Says the man that bought a Citroen.
2004 Land Rover Discovery.
Dad jokes.
Can't beat a dad joke.
It's true. Fact. The USA, the best. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what they are. Same thing. W21 211s, I think they're based on. European cars' parts are too expensive in the States, right? It's true. Right, I'm going to round it up. I have caught up and I am knackered. What about you, Paul? You look like you're struggling.
I am. I am shagged. Yeah, someone sent me a video on Instagram of a baby yakking all over their mum. It's great. Great.
Lovely.
Simple things, man. Simple things make me laugh. What can I say?
Shall we say we will give him 1 minute? We've got 1 minute to say goodbye because we've been 3 hours and
3.5 hours.
3 hours and 29 minutes. So we have literally got 1 minute to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm Offski chaps and chapettes. There's another show starting soon that I'm normally on. What show starts at 1 o'clock in the morning? What show is that, Luke John?
Yeah, I won't watch it.
That's insane.
Insane. Another show starting soon. I'm normally on. You won't tell us what it is.
It's the naked.
It is
Geordie
the
show.
naked Newcastle fans show.
NakedGeordies.com.
Naked Geordie. It's a new cooking show. The Naked Geordie.
Why? I'm naked. Well,
Naked Geordie. Naked Geordie, you dirty bastards.
Or it's called the Whiskey Lab.
The Whiskey Lab. Oh.
So the 9 of you that are left, go over to Whiskey Lab and just abuse Luke Johnson.
Abuse the fucking shit out of them. Yeah, go to the Whiskey Lab and abuse them. Just for comedy's sake.
Anyway, thank
go
you.
on, you bunch of whiskey wankers and stuff like that. Just let them have it. It'll be funny.
Oh, right, we love you. Have a good one.
Yes.
See you later, alligators. Everyone saying goodbye to each other. What's that old school trucking? Tolga, dang it, boy, you're everywhere. Blink your fluid. Blink your fluid. That's awesome. Right. Have a good one. And as Tolga put it, take care, folks. Stay happy and out there.
Go abuse the Whiskey Lab.